With Phil stumbling drunkenly out of his bed, appearing in his head all the things he's wanting to be said. 19 minutes are filled to fill, with so much time to kill. He promised chill, but all he does instead is beg and shill. His dreams online and straight away begins to whine, but always fine as long as Sharp's benign and doesn't step out of line. His content's immature for all to endure like fresh manure, but I feel sure he ran straight to feeling so insecure. The money earned on yesterday was withdrawn and long gone, as Phil's spending impulse is always set to stay on. If supports are also slow and stays so low and fails to grow, you never know, the show may turn into an easy bingo. Once ticked off across the board with charge to what because his code can be ignored, just how much DSP makes us feel so bored. To help us fight or sleep and try to keep alert to watch a creep who play bingo, but Phil will bitch and why his sheep are also cheap. While DSP is chasing green, we're seeing green across the screen as Phil's routine predictability rivals are so machine. He's not in burp and leaning ban, it matters not if I fun. His child's can't see if hours make him feel less of a man. Takes a drink and starts his like before lunching into a big pretending there for bills when truth is there to buy a wrestling JPEG. Talks about his shitty life of college cat and party life and all his strife of forgetting that it's done well and they were rife. With drama he will react but isn't act as a fact as he rehearsed to be exact and how he felt he was attacked. Teaches nearly over and a win is in sight with what to white despite Phil to light that tips were not white. We'll say alright it is okay and now it's time for Phil to play, but first he'll say that tips will help from being off the other day. And with those words we win again, it's never if but always when the game is won. Thanks to that we made it to the very end. Hey guys, King Jad here. Welcome to DSP Bingo for what is today, the Saturday the 15th of October 2022. 2022. Today's a special event for Phil. He is doing his Spooky React Marathon. And to celebrate that, we have a different thing in the centre square today. Instead of it just being snort, we are going to have macabre. As Phil was fucking saying that later, and this is an event where he talks about, reacting to the horror themed macabre kind of fucking videos and all that shit on show. So that is a centre square for today. This fucking word. Macabre, yeah. Fucking Phil butchering the way he does. It's a pretty funky word to be fair, but it's Phil's fucking go-to word lately to describe this fucking react he's doing, so yeah. Fair chance he'll fucking say it, If I was astonished, I'd be amazed if he didn't fucking say it, considering today's a fucking day for this event. So yeah, he should very likely say it. Hope you're all doing well, guys. And also, I've added the soundboard. There is 116 different things, in this wheel to pick from. And and soundboard is the latest addition. It used to be on there before, and I removed it because batteries died in it, and he stopped using it for a while. But I replaced the batteries and soundboard, so we are back. The soundboard has returned to the bingo things, so there we fucking go. Ever's asking, how do you pronounce macabre? It's a word I don't feel confident about either, to be honest. I'm not very confident in the word either. It's, it was just macabre or something. I don't know, I don't have fucking clue. Hang on, 2 seconds. I consult Google.
Macabre.
There you go, let's see if I can say it.
Macabre.
That is apparently how you say it according to Google.
Macabre.
Don't know if that's right or not, but that's how fucking Google says it, so that's all I fucking care about. Anyway, so I'm not going to waste any fucking time. The re at the end shouldn't be so pronounced, but aye, so yeah, there we fucking go. As you can see, Phil is wide awake. He's awake. He's online. He's telling everyone good morning. Nobody's bothered to ask to respond to him. He's a lonely little boy as usual. It is what it is. Nothing you can do, dude. Prophet says it's pronounced gout. Phil had an interesting tweet earlier on. He said, "Holy crap! This Bayonetta free story is insane. We will talk about it on today's episode of Level 1 Podcast in detail. Brace yourselves for that, guys. I never imagined that voice actors were so abused by the game industry, and this is just disgusting to me. It's not a story I know a whole lot about. I haven't heard anything about this story personally myself, but, Phil's just going to fucking go on and on about it, and pretend he's a fucking authority on the subject, where he clearly isn't. So, you got that to look forward to, guys. I'm going to spin the wheel now, guys. Let's just fucking get right into it and pick a wheel. Pick a word for today's bingo. And a wee reminder, the centre square Macabre. Now we have a winner. We have a winner for a bingo card. It is now. Where Phil says now then. Now. So that's our bingo. That's what we're going to use to pick our bingo card for today. So how many instances of now are there? There are 234 different instances. I need a number. So wait, there's like 233 different bingo cards with this. But let's narrow it down some more. I need a number that contains the number 7. The first number I see in chat which has this number 7 involved in it is the bingo card I'll use for this game. Quasar X is the first one. In fact, okay, guys, okay. Quasar, Conroy, how? Quasar and Conroy were the first two to submit a number and they both went for 57. Fucking how? Well, that's what we're going to use, but Jesus Christ, man, you guys are fucking in sync. Right, I will pick the 57th bingo card. And we'll see how it looks. Oh god, hold on. Jesus fucking Christ, that was so fucking awful. Wow, this fucking chat's popping off today, man. Now, I'm amazed Phil can keep up with his chat. Look at this shit, man. There's just so much. How do you fucking see who's talking? It's just going by so fucking fast. Right, we're one away, I think, from the 57th bingo card. Here we go. So this is a bingo card. The left-hand side is the bingo card we'll be using for today's bingo, DSP Bingo event. So we've got support, tired, him doing hand graphs, which didn't come in yesterday, excited, and the good old lip smack. And him saying life, on demand, now, him touching his face, and him butchering a word. That word could be, for example, macabre. Him making a weird noise, him saying tips, him saying the magical word of the day, him saying members and wrong. And then him saying friend, unique, honest, wow. We've got wow and now on the bingo card. Until him standing up. And the bottom line is him saying in fact, him making some random scat reference humour, him saying that being said, him pointing at the text on the screen, and him finally saying new games. That is a bingo card for today. I think it's got some potential. There's a couple of wee, banana skins in there, I'd say, that might trip us up. But every single bingo card here has got potential to come in for us. You know what it feels like, he's, even though he's very predictable, he's never, it's sometimes hard to be like, even for things you fully expect to happen. Like, Phil loves saying the word variety, usually right. You would expect him to say variety any stream. He didn't say it yesterday. It is what it is, sometimes it happens. He really throws us for a loop sometimes, he really does. But I have got the bingo card. Who chose this card? It was a combination between Quasar X and Conroy. But to be fair though, they didn't see what they were choosing, they just gave a number. They just did a random luck of the draw. Bill Brasky, O is an option. O on its own is an option. By the way, I'm not sure. Actually, let me check. I think by the way it might be its own separate thing. O in itself is definitely its own option. I don't think I've got by the way though. I'm not sure. But yeah, the bingo card's been saved anyway. This is a bingo card for today. By the way, it is often said. I mean, we can check. Hello. By the way. So Phil has said by the way on the podcasts. He said it yesterday, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, etc. So he said it then. As I days he doesn't say it. And Jesus, he does say it a lot, doesn't he? Fuck me. This is an impressive amount of fucking times he says by the way. Sweet baby Jesus. This is only for the podcasts. We do have O though. We have O on its own as its own wee thing. But yeah, I might have to add by the way. I'm sure I don't have it on the list already. No, I don't have by the way. I might hang on, I'll throw it in now. Guys, here's a quick question for you. Do you want me to redo the bingo card so we can code by the way? Just I'll let you guys decide right now. Oh, so the thing is, O is already in. The O is already an option by itself. You guys decide, do you want to redo the bingo card so we can include by the way? It's just D-Dog, it's just how it's normally spelled and said by most people. I'm still going to keep the criteria. We're still going to use now as a word to use, and we're going to go with a 57th result. We just need to rerun the cards so we can include by the way. It might not even feature on this fucking bingo card, exactly. But I'm going to... Okay, it looks like we're going to rerun the bingo... There's a rarity. We don't usually do this, but we're going to rerun the bingo card. So we're going to include by the way. Which is not too hard to do, it just means I have to scroll up to the very top here. Throw it in at the end here. See, O is here. By the way, in case you're wondering, oh, exclamation mark. Oh, exclamation mark. That's part of an option for some things on the card. You can see it's, you know, I scroll down to, it's on. Why are you not appearing as often as you should? There's one example of it right there. Oh, right, there you go. So let me run this again, but now we have by the way. And I will run this again, and we'll go to the 57th bingo card for now. And we'll see how that looks. So 2 seconds, guys. There we go. It's the card on the right hand side. Ah, for fuck's sake, I just scrolled past it. 2 seconds, 2 seconds, 2 seconds. There we go. This one right here. So I've got now, interesting, the chair creak, him pointing at the text on the screen, and on demand. Then we've got the good old leg slap, nobody or no one, him burping, him making some scat talk reference, and him saying bills. Then him saying likes, arm flail, him saying macabre, hint, hint, and the hint is it's just basically him dropping massive hints that he would really like you to fucking give him money. Not just the usual fucking kind of begging, just anything he fucking says that kind of really directs to a hint, you know, where he's talking about some sort of life situation, and it's like, okay, right, by the way, guys, this would really help. You know, this kind of thing would really help, so I can do this sort of thing. That's a hint, in my opinion. And finally, the annoying T sound he makes when he says some words which has a T in it, like Twitter, or excited, he has that strange fucking T he really fucking enunciates. The fourth line is tired, him doing prayer hands, him saying gifted memberships, help, and you see. And the bottom line is update, react, him pig-splaining something, him touching his face, and him saying, wow. Give more blood, certainly a big fan of Phil saying wow, he's got it in his own soundboard. I might actually have to steal it, I'm not sure, I might have to steal it from him one time. So, I am going to save this bingo card. After all that fucking effort, there is no sign of by the way, there is no sign of oh. Even though it was in the possibilities to be generated for a bingo card, it's not there. We tried, guys, we tried. I mean, it's a bit more fair at least, and I had a chance to be there. So there we go. Let me just save this bingo card. I'm saving over the old one. I actually had the old one saved, but fuck it, we got this one saved now, so that's why I heard a wee little noise. And yeah, we're just... Why? Wait, what's going on? Okay, his music's still on. I'm so fucking confused. Did he screw up? What the fuck is he... What is he doing? So his music's still fucking playing. Like, he now pressed it on fucking... Jesus Christ almighty! Oh my fucking god, this... Yeah, he's saying stuff like, I know fucking shit, Phil. He's got art to add. I thought I fucking missed the fucking start of the stream there for a fucking second. Jesus Christ, man. Right, I'm just gonna fucking get the card set up properly. We've still got fucking plenty of time since this fucking bumbling buffoon is still messing about with his own me stream. Just give me a second. My Microsoft Paint has been a bit temperamental as usual. Whoops, I fucking pressed the wrong thing. I don't want to open Steam. Go away, Steam. There we go. So we are essentially new. We are essentially all good and set up to go. So there we go. We should all be fucking good. So what's being talked about in this chat now? Coolio Cat said. So what did Coolio Cat say? Coolio Cat said, "Do you know if there's any truly scary videos he got for you to watch? Like, for example, dolls that somehow would move on their own or creepy shadow-looking figures?" And Phil's response to that was, "He just sent me the stuff. So it sounds like beyond terrifying because it's realistic and not supernatural at all. Real world horror versus ghosts and shit." It sounds extremely fucking boring. Yeah, Phil's doing a marathon today. I'm expecting a normal length podcast. I don't expect it to be like a shorter podcast than usual. Once he starts fucking recording for the React marathon, the bingo will end. And it's just, I have no interest in covering Rob Gavigan's nonsense, bullshit, garbage tier content that he's fucking, or, you know, he's put together for Phil to use. You know, it's a bizarre thing that Phil's even bored. Phil can't even be arsed to go to the channel himself and pick out videos himself to fucking look at. He's just going straight, he just basically goes up to poor Rob and it's like, "Hey, remember this one thing you thought of doing one time for me? Fucking do it for me, because I'm not going to fucking take the time out of my busy fucking schedule of playing WWE Champions to fucking watch the content myself and see what's good enough for my fucking viewers." Lazy bastard. Absolute lazy bastard, man. He needs his fucking handheld in every single fucking facet of life. Even fucking removing a stink bug from his goddamn office, man. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, Rob sent him something this morning. That's, according to Phil, Rob sent him something this morning. So, there you fucking go. Anyway, guys, we're waiting for Phil to go properly live, and he's at 487 members. A wee reminder that Phil has a week to go until he loses 100 members, so I would not be surprised if he really does push hard for these gifted memberships to happen soon, because if he does not hit his fucking 600 target by the 23rd, he's not going to hit it at all, in my opinion, unless somebody really goes above and beyond to help him out. Because he's due to lose another 100 members, so he could potentially be under 400 if he's not fucking careful by this time next week. And he's determined to get 600. He is absolutely fucking determined to get 600. Dark Angel Storm says Rob on Wheels rolled back to DSP. Not as far as I know. Rob on Wheels actually recently called Phil out for something. As a tweet that Rob on Wheels made, something about how there's like fucking people people are, either starving to death or drowning in Pakistan or something, and yet DSP is releasing money to eat a meal with his wife. It was an interesting tweet from Rob anyway.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much, Joseph, for super chat. It says, "DSP gives me hope. He makes me realise if a buffoon can make it, he took his meat spear to glory and said with his war face, 'Oh, the camera's on.'" Yeah, Phil is a fucking anomaly on YouTube. He's an example of not hard work, not ability, but he's an example of persistent. What's the word I'm looking for here? He just fucking persistently inundates you fucking with so much fucking content. Has so much to fucking go through. It's like he's hoping that people will watch some of what he puts out, because it's going to be very hard to keep up with all of it. It's just a fucking overabundance of garbage shit he fucking throws out there, and he's hoping that some people will pay attention to some of it so he can fucking make enough to just get by in life. But if there's one thing you got to give Phil credit for, he's very, very persevering. His perseverance is high with Phil. You know what I mean? He's a stubborn bastard, you know what I mean? He refuses. He doesn't actually refuse to just fucking say, nah, I'm not giving up. But at the same time, he doesn't put the effort in to fucking save himself. It's usually fucking down to his fucking denthead to save him. Phil's like, okay guys, you need to step up and save me from my shit. And fucking usually they just stand up and deliver because, no, they're fucking used to it by now, I guess. That's enough ranting from me. There you go. I'm going to turn the music up and mute myself while I wait for Phil to go live, so you guys can enjoy some Meerkat music while we wait for Phil to get properly started.
I'm the one who operated a successful YouTube channel. Please tip me. I'm the one who operated a successful YouTube channel. Because I have bills coming up. I've never ever used a hateful slur. Ever. And that pisses me off. I want to watch some faggot. Some homo. Fiddle's a nigger.
You better take a sip.
I'm a mature adult with a business degree.
Big, 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 big. All I see you do is big, 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 big. Little picky, why you? Big, 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 big. All I see you do is big, 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 big. Little picky, why you?
Because you're not rich and you're not famous and you're not this and you're not that. You had an opportunity to be, but you blew it all. And I said, well, oh well. I'm proud of that. I guess I'm proud to be a loser.
This one's for all my baby girls.
I'll be the guy on level 1. I streamed myself masturbating. I'll be the guy.
Fuck life.
I'll be the for the thousands of children. I'll be the guy on level 1.
You're still on mission 1.
I'll be the guy on level 1. Level 1. Married happily, paycheck to paycheck happily, meaningful relationship, meaningful life with a family. And that, by the way, I have to raise money to pay 2 big bills next week. All my utilities are due next week. Tomorrow, if I stop streaming, I would not be able to get a job. So it would be the end of my life. But outside of that, everything else is good in my life. You know what I mean? So I'll be the guy on level 1. I streamed myself masturbating. I'll be the guy.
Fuck life.
I'll be the for the thousands of children. I'll be the guy on level 1.
You're still on mission 1.
I'll be the guy. I'll be the thousands of children.
When your life is all positive instead of negative, it's a much better situation. Big ups to your head, and I can tell you that from personal experience. Look at my life now. I have a beautiful wife. I have a beautiful life with a family, right? Everything here is so much better than what I had before. Why? Because I'm a positive person.
Hold on a second. The Stevie Dead said that Phil actually spelled it the way he says it, macabre, on his schedule. Let's very quickly go to Knitter to see this shit. Is it on here?
Incredibly inexpensive, like you spend $1 here or there to make progress.
Oh, I fixed it. Maybe he fixed it or some pish, because that's the proper way to spell it there. Boo. Fucking boo. Yeah, bastard. It was the day before. Was this one then? Ah, there it is! There it is! Oh wait, you guys can't see it, sorry.
The more money and
There it is there, right here, guys. Join me as we get creeped out yet again by this man's macabre YouTube channel. Fucking moron. Valedictorian over here, guys. Mr. Valedictorian. Phil should not use words he doesn't fucking know how to fucking spell or know how to say properly. It's a weird one. It's a fucking weird one. He gets some sort of fucking word a day fucking calendar. And it's like, he thinks, oh, I'm going to sound so fucking good today in my stream because I've got a fucking new word to say. It's just, it's unreal, man. If I don't know, I mean, I don't fucking try and use words I don't fucking have a clue what they fucking... No, I just stick to what I fucking know. Half of my fucking vocabulary swears, there you go. Ah, Phil's going live now. Okay, so guys, bingo is about to fucking begin. You guys know the drill. Let me know in chat, tag me in chat if I miss anything. I'm a dumb bastard sometimes, it happens. So guys, don't be afraid to hound the hell at me in case I miss anything for the bingo card. Good fucking luck, guys. Here we fucking go. And yeah, fingers crossed. Such a stupid fucking intro tune, Jesus Christ, man. Imagine Eminem comes out to him and goes, hey, fuck you, stop using my shit. It's not going to happen, but it'll be pretty funny. Here we go.
Good morning, everyone. Hello, and welcome to the Level 1 podcast, where we're busy having fun down here on Level 1. And thank you for being here. I'm tripping over my own words. Thank you for being here. I'm so excited. I can't even speak this morning. Because, ladies and gentlemen, today is Saturday, October 15, 2022. Today is a big React event marathon. That is right. Today, we are not doing gameplay. Well, I guess technically we are at the very end. But for the most part, today is going to be something different. Today is going to have variety and spooky fun. If you're the kind of person that loves Halloween, if you're the kind of person that likes dark, disturbing...
Give me a second, guys. My fucking Microsoft Paint's been an absolute dick to me. I know he said react, but it's not let me take it off 2 seconds. Sorry. But there you go, you fucking stupid fucking Microsoft Paint. And cheers for letting me know I said react, but it just wouldn't let me fucking do it for the longest fucking time. Let me rewind this a wee bit.
But for the most part, today is going to be something different. Today is going to have variety and spooky fun. If you're the kind of person that loves Halloween, if you're the kind of person that likes dark, disturbing, horrific stories, you're in the right place today. Because, ladies and gentlemen, today, are you excited? Today we are doing a React Marathon event to the Rob Gavigan YouTube channel. This is a channel that we actually reacted to much earlier this year during the summer, early summertime. And it was a good React event, and I really enjoyed it. But a lot of people said to me, why are you doing it now? And you know what it was, is that earlier this year, people really liked the React stuff that I was doing. I had reached out and started doing things such as reacting to documentaries about myself and other YouTubers. And people were like, well, what about just reacting to just content in general? It doesn't have to be about you or, you know, one of your fellow content creators. It could just be something interesting. Okay. So it was, recommended to me, one of these darker YouTube channels. And at the time I thought that it was a pretty interesting idea. So I reached out to Rob. And we had a conversation behind the scenes. Turns out the guy actually follows me on YouTube. So knowing that, he was excited to actually have me do a React event to his channel. We went through with it. It went well. Admittedly, not the biggest React event I ever did. I think people are always going to react better to drama. You know, always looking for the negative, always looking for the toxic, always looking for some kind of a clip that they can use to cause problems. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to get that when I'm reacting to something like Rob's channel. At the same time, for those of us who were there and enjoyed the event, man, it was different. It was fun. It absolutely was dark and spooky. And we had a good time with it. And I actually had to ask my audience, you know, would you like me to do something like this again? Because, you know, it was the middle of the summer. And obviously I was like, I don't want to do something like this right away. And the suggestion was made, you know, why don't you do something special during October for Halloween month when you already have spooky decorations behind you, when you're doing horror-themed games? Why don't you then revisit Rob Gavigan's channel. And I said, that makes a lot of sense. Now, in the meantime, I actually talked to Rob behind the scenes, and he was very pleased with how the React event went as well. He had watched some of it and said, you know, yeah, well, really well. He liked my reactions and the audience's reactions to some of the things that we were watching together. And so he had said that what he was going to do was eventually get me a curated list of the videos on his channel that he felt would be like perfect for Halloween. The scariest, spookiest, most macabre, most terrifying stuff that he's had on his channel. So he got me that list. I have it, okay? And we are going to go through that today. That's what we're going to watch. Now, just to forewarn everyone, some people like the supernatural. Some people like, you know, tales of the how can I say? Like, there's a difference. There's different kinds of horror, right? Absolutely there is. You could watch a Halloween horror movie where there's a monster eating people, and you have to suspend your disbelief for that movie because everyone knows there's no giant monsters out there eating people. It's still fun to enjoy that and see gore and silliness, but you know it's not real, okay? Rob's channel, just to focus in so you guys know, focuses on real stuff. This is not, oh, here's a video of a ghost. This is, oh shit, here's actually chilling stuff that happened in real life. You know, documentaries about slasher killers, scary moments caught on film, pictures of people moments before their untimely demise, that kind of creepy shit, okay? And some of the stuff that he sent me in the list, I'm reading through the list, and first of all, he sent me so much, I get the feeling this is we're going to have more material than we need for today, because whenever I do these React events, I always go into them thinking, I don't have enough. We're going to run out, or we're going to be bored. And then we barely touch upon half the stuff that I have to do. Seriously, it always happens. You know, I'll take a 2-hour React video, or I'll take a 2-hour documentary, I'll turn it into a 6-hour React video, right? So, I'm genuinely creeped out because some of the stuff he sent me, I'm reading it now, I haven't seen these videos. Just full disclosure. I didn't, you know, I don't watch his stuff early. We're going to watch it live together for the first time. So this is the first time I'm ever seeing any of this, okay? I get the feeling we're going to be chilled to the bone, man, with some of the stuff that he sent. Just to give you some, do you want a little preview? Because we're going to do it anyway. I might as well just tell you the names of some of the videos. Here you go. Just listen to some of these, all right? 10 photos taken right before death. Creepy, unexplained, real-life disappearances. Unexplained events caught on camera. The 10 most terrible deaths in history. I don't even know if I want to watch that one. I'm being honest. I don't even know if I can handle that one. Chilling photos with disturbing backstories. Chilling 911 calls with the original audio to listen to. The scariest demonic possessions. The most
Hey, you can fucking talk to Kat about that one. Show her that one.
mysterious people that no one can really explain. And that's just a few of the things he sent me. Okay? So, you know, if it's too much, we have to take a break. You know? I guess we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I don't know how scary this stuff is, but that just sounds... Some of that stuff is like, dude, and the thing is, it's real. This is not, oh, the fucking Loch Ness Monster came and slapped my butt. This is, you know, someone...
Hey, don't you be fucking dissing Nessie. Nessie's real. Don't you be fucking dissing Loch Ness Monster now. Fucking Nessie is real.
Died. Which is pretty messed up. So, we're going to see how it goes today, but at least now, we're in the month for this, right? It's not like, oh, it's July, let's do it. Like, it makes sense to be doing it right now, okay? So, if you have a taste for the macabre, today is your day. All right? I'm excited for today. I think it's going to be a fun day. Now, also happening today, to end our event, and hopefully to uplift us, because if we're watching a day of true horror, we may be pretty freaking depressed and down in the...
Yeah. Money.
Thank you very much to Hines for the super chat. It says he's referencing videos excitedly for 13-year-olds. Aye, pretty much, aye. He's trying his best to sell this event. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous, man. It really is. But it's not even fucking Halloween yet. It's bizarre that Phil prioritises the whole fucking month, especially for Halloween. But I guess it's an excuse for him to try and fleece people a whole month long rather than just a whole day or something, you know. It's Phil. Classic Phil. Just try to fucking get as much money as possible from the dent heads. Oh, apparently I missed a leg slap. Let me tick that right now. There you fucking go. Leg slap's been ticked. Just that. But yeah, it's just Phil being Phil. It's just he's doing his best to fucking... I love how excited he's trying to sell this, and he's not even seen it himself yet. He has no idea what these are like. But he's trying his best to fucking promote it as, like, you know, incredibly spooky shit. He has no idea. He doesn't bother his arse to fucking watch his shit.
Dumps and creeped out by the end of the show, right? So what we're going to do to end today's stream, okay, is a 30-man fantasy over-the-top rope battle royal with a horror theme in WWE 2K22. I did a few of these already, well, 2 of these already this year, right? You guys absolutely loved when I did these earlier in the year. You thought they were fun as hell, and you were asking me to do more. And I said, you know, it makes more sense to hold off and to wait for there to be a reason to do it. Like there's a special event and we want to end it on a high note. In particular, because it's Halloween month, having a horror-themed battle royal is a really fun idea, right? So that's what we're doing today. It's going to be exciting. And yesterday I went through all the created characters, excuse me, that were in the game. And I picked up some of the best ones. I picked some weird ones, some absolutely hilarious ones. So if you ever wanted to see a pretty crazy battle royale with a bunch of characters beating the shit out of each other that's horror themed, today you're going to get that right live. It's going to be pretty funny. You know, I really love doing the commentary on those as well. Okay? So that's the event, and that's all day. That's all we're doing. Just to clarify, it's all one marathon stream today. There's no gameplay in between there. There's no 2 streams. The way I'm going to do it is as follows, because I feel like I need to possibly mix it up a little bit. I did a React event 2 weeks ago. It was to the documentary on Keemstar. Listen, I liked doing it, but I actually put myself in harm's way during that event. I did. I was irresponsible, and here's what happened. That day, it was like 85, 86 degrees outside. All right? I don't have an air conditioner in my office anymore. So this office heated up, no exaggeration, to about 100 degrees that day. All right? I got physically ill that week. Okay? It got so hot in here that I got heat exhaustion. I had a splitting headache. I had brain swelling for 3 days. Where every day, if I just moved my head like this, I had a headache. Because you could feel that the brain was still swollen. Because I had completely overheated myself in the office that day. I didn't take enough breaks. And I basically didn't take it seriously. All right? So what I need to do today, during this React event, is I need to be paying attention because it's supposed to be, get this, 80 degrees today in Washington State. It is October 15th. Okay? October fucking 15th. It's supposed to be the middle of fall here in Washington State. Typically, temperatures this time of year are between 50 to 60 degrees. We have clouds and rain. Today, it's going to be 80 degrees with full sun, not a cloud in the sky. This is something you would expect in the middle of the summertime here in Washington State. And we're getting it today and tomorrow. It is a freak thing. The weather people out here are saying it has not had this happen in over 30 years. It's not been documented to be this hot during the fall. All right? So just to forewarn everyone, if this actually is as bad as they're saying it is, it will get very hot in here today. And if it does, and I need to take breaks, I'm going to take those breaks. I'm going to leave here for 5-10 minutes. I'm going to get some, some energy in me, maybe some electrolytes, some sugar, or whatever I need. I'm going to be walking around the house, getting my blood flowing. I'm not going to be sitting in here like a fucking hot box, causing myself to get an excruciatingly bad headache and brain swelling for 3 days. Okay, I can't do that again. I felt physically ill when I did that 2 weeks ago. All right? Now, this is not your fault. This is not my fault. This is literally the results of global warming. There's no other explanation for it. I keep my camera. There's no other explanation for it. The weather here is changing dramatically. This is not good. This is bad. Okay? We're going in the wrong direction for sure. Shouldn't be having summer weather in the middle of October. Especially here. It's supposed to be the Pacific Northwest where you're supposed to have some of the most moderate.
Yeah, that's a very bad time to pause. I know it's a bit of a scary pause, but I was going to say, if it's never been that hot in October in Seattle for 30 years, does that mean there was global warming 30 years ago in Seattle? I'm using Phil's own argument here, Phil's own logic. Now, I'm not trying to say Phil's wrong about global warming. I think there is things that people can do to try and, curtail the effects we're having and damaging ourselves. There's definitely something happening. But Phil's logic here seems a bit flawed here, because going by what Phil said himself, if it's not been as bad in 30 years, then according to Phil, there was global warming 30 years ago. Just using his own words, his own logic here. Which is wrong, of course, but yeah. Personally, it's one of those things where I know some people are not big fans of global warming. To an extent, it's one of those things where I know some people want us to do some extremes to try and curtail it. I think there's things we can do. I don't think we need to go too extreme, but there's probably things we can do to help ourselves a wee bit, But some of the things you see people try and claim to do, it feels like too extreme.
Weather in the entire country, and it's actually getting dangerous at this point. Okay? So, we'll see what happens today. I don't want to get so wrapped up in the react like I did 2 weeks ago that I lose track of what's going on around me and I get sick. I can't, that was actually really bad 2 weeks ago. I felt really bad for several days. My whole body was sore. Like I said, my head, and it's funny because some people are idiotic and they're like, if you had brain swelling, you'd be in the hospital. Brain swelling is a fucking headache, you idiot. What do you think causes a headache? Brain swelling. Things like stress, heat, dehydration make your brain swell. And that's what a headache is. You're
How do you I don't even know how to fucking, how do you even fucking respond to something like that? How do you even fucking, so the only thing that causes headaches is brain swelling. Dr. Phil, once again, just shutting down all people are idiots because they don't know what fucking causes headaches. I just love how Phil probably never even had fucking brain swelling, but Phil equates a headache as him having his brain swollen. Let's just make sure we understand what Phil's saying here. He equates having a sore head as his brain is swollen. That literally is how Phil interprets a headache. A headache for Phil is his brain swelling up. He thinks it cannot be anything else. It has to be his brain is swollen. That is how every time he gets a headache, anytime he gets a headache, he's like, oh shit, my brain's swollen again.
Dunce. If you think fucking, you'll be in the hospital, you're an idiot. Okay? But it was bad. It wasn't just like, I had it and it went away. I took the anti-inflammatories and it helped for like 12 hours and it just came back and it stayed for days. That's the problem when you have it, so bad. On top of all of that, the air quality today in Washington is atrociously bad. We have wildfires going on, and the wildfires are making the air quality here super shitty. So right now, if I look outside, it's hazy. The air is smoky. But I can't not have my window open today. If I don't, I can't breathe. It's too hot in here. So on top of all of that, all right. By the way, Dave Baxter, goodbye. I've had enough of you. Like, you're an actual asshole. He's literally laughing at everything I'm saying like it's a joke. So you can just enjoy your permanent ban and don't come back. He's seriously laughing at me. He thinks this is funny. Oh, your health concerns? That's hilarious. You know what's hilarious? You're gone. And you're not coming back because you're a fucking asshole. Okay, so I'm sorry that I have to kind of take my health concerns seriously. I do. 2 weeks ago was really bad. I have to be careful. I can't be jeopardizing my personal health and my continued ability to make content. Okay? So please be patient with me. If I, do reacting for about an hour and I'm like, okay, I'm not feeling good. It's hot. I got to take a 10, 15 minute break. Please be patient. I promise you today is going to be fun. I promise you there's going to be a ridiculous amount of content today. We're doing this all day long. All right. The only actual real major break, all right, that I'm going to be taking is around 4 p.m. Between 4:30 p.m. I'm going to break for my meal. I'm going to have a pasta dinner with my wife. And then I'm going to come back right after that to continue with the React event. Okay? So I'm very excited for today. And I want to, just up front, I want to say to Rob Gavigan, thank you. Because it's really nice of him not only to give me permission to continuously react to his channel and do so now at a very pertinent time of the year, but also to make a list of really creepy videos for us to watch. I mean, obviously the guy really likes the fact that I like his content. And I'm sure that as a result of me doing this a couple months ago, some of you probably have checked out his content too and really like it. Some of you actually asked me, what are you going to do this month and stuff? You're excited for it. So I am too. And, he's a nice guy. And, interestingly enough, I don't know if you guys knew this because I don't remember if we talked about this during the original React. Okay. Just listen to this because I think we did mention it at some point, but it was after the React event. Rob Gavigan, his original name was not Rob Gavigan.
Yeah, you said this already, Phil. You told everyone about this before in the past. We don't care. Also, I've not heard he's a nice guy. I've actually heard people say he's racist. I've not seen anything myself personally, but I keep hearing people say he's racist. However, P right now is saying Rob likes it that you're racist like he is. So apparently, Rob Gavigan is a bit racist. Train says he's a transphobe apparently as well. I don't know. I don't know the guy, but I don't see his tweets. But a lot of people are saying some quite interesting things about Rob Gavigan.
His real name was Rob Dyke, D-Y-K-E. That was his real life name, okay? He had a very popular YouTube channel, but he had to legally change his name. Do you know why he had to legally change his name? We talked about this before. Just get this. He had to change his name because YouTube was demonetizing all of his content because of his last name.
Yeah, because is another term for, isn't it lesbian? Essentially, it's like a slur on lesbian, isn't it? Like, so yeah, at least I think that's what it is. It's a slur, yeah, exactly.
It's been a very slow day. It would be great if we could get a hold of it with maybe some contributions to have tips, if you can. Just saying. I know some people super chatting or whatever that helps long term, but right now I really can help. On my day off, the tips I'll have for my day off. See, you can't make this shit up. You seriously cannot make this shit up, right? Like that's insane. What if someone's name was like Benjamin Boobs, right? Or, Tommy Tallywhacker. Well, can't make videos on YouTube because we demonetize all your content because of your fucking name. It's like, that's so fucked up. And the thing is, his last name, right, was just like, it was a slang word. It wasn't even like a real term. And he had to change his name to make a living on YouTube. That to me, that's like fucked up beyond belief. Like, I'd be like, seriously? I would have contacted YouTube with a lawyer, and I would have been like, just fucking stop now. Turn the demonetization shit off on my channel right now. Unless you want to get sued into oblivion. I don't know. It would have pissed me off so bad if I have to legally change my fucking name to make...
YouTube can fucking say who they want on their fucking platform. It's not a fucking God-given right to be on YouTube, you dumb fucking moron. YouTube are perfectly entitled to allow anyone to either make content on their channel or refuse to have them make content on their channel. It's a fucking business, Phil, at the end of the day. It's a business and they're entitled to say who deserves to be on their platform. You're so fucking... Jesus Christ, Phil's fucking treating this as like some sort of God-given right. YouTube's a God-given right, apparently, for people to fucking make content. No, it's a fucking business.
A living on your site because your site is automated and a piece of shit. That really would have blown my mind, man. Like, I would have been pretty upset. So I guess I'm kind of lucky that my name isn't something ridiculous, right? That they would turn my page into a demonetization nightmare because my last name is a real name and there's slang based off of it, and now you think that I guess I'm constantly using bad words or something. Like, it's so fucking stupid. I could, you know, and I feel for the guy, but at least, you know, he's still successful. Having changed his name, he was able, I guess, to get his channel back into prominence, which is really fucked up when you think about it, man. That's just unreal. So anyway, because I was wondering, because I was watching some of his older videos and it said his name was Rob Dyke, and I'm like, why is his name Rob Gavigan now? And I looked into it, I was like, that is really a fucked up story that he had to do that. But anyway, I'm excited for today. I hope you guys are too. All right, but now what we should do is let's go through the schedule for the rest of the week, because you guys, of course, are going to want to know what else is going on this week. I have an answer for you now. Tomorrow, we're getting back to gameplay, but tomorrow's kind of a weird day. Only one stream tomorrow, and it is the continuation of The Evil Within. As we are approaching the end of the game, I can only do one gameplay stream tomorrow. Why? Because I really need to take time to make the private react videos for patrons for this month. And originally it was going to be Tuesday night, but I couldn't do it Tuesday night because last week ended up being a slower week because Overwatch 2 didn't work, and it screwed over a major stream of mine that I was depending on for income. So I had to stream a little extra.
I am going 1.25 speed. I've no patience for the fucking schedule here every single fucking day. I'm going to speed this shit up.
Extra last week, and I wasn't able to do it. So I'm doing it tomorrow night, okay? So only one stream tomorrow, and I hope you guys will join me for it. It should be a good one as we head into the end game of Evil Within. Then on Monday, it will be the conclusion of my Evil Within playthrough, and that'll be paired with a late night stream of fishing Monday night bites as opposed to Sunday night bites. We're going to do a Monday night this week, okay? Then Tuesday, it's a premiere of a brand new game, yet another horror game. It's A Plague Tale Requiem, the sequel and follow-up to A Plague Tale Innocence from several years ago, which was a seriously good game, to the point where I couldn't even believe it was an indie game because the graphics were so good and the plot was great and dark and the puzzles were good. So I'm very much looking forward to this game on Tuesday. And then Tuesday night, I'm going to continue on with Scorn, okay? And then Wednesday, we're going to do more Plague Tale, and Wednesday night's kind of up in the air. It could be more Scorn, or we could do Disney Dreamlight Valley if we want to end the week on a chill note. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm off from streaming on Thursday, and when I return on Friday, we have another new release. But the question is, what is it? What do you guys want? Because here's the situation that I'm facing, okay? Here's seriously what we're facing. This week, there's two high-profile new releases coming out that I'm interested in. One is the new Mario plus Rabbids game on the Switch. The other is Gotham Knights. I don't know which one to play, and allow me to explain. There's no way I can play both. And here's why. I can't balance Plague Tale and two more games and get through those in a week. Because a week after this Friday is another double release day, the Resident Evil 8 DLC, as well as Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. So with that on the horizon, there's no way I can tackle 3 new games in 1 week. It's just not going to happen, okay? Now, here's the thing. I see pros and cons to playing either game. Let's analyze this very logically. Mario plus Rabbids. I played the original one several years ago and really, really enjoyed it. I thought that it was an exceptionally good game. I had a lot of fun with it. I played the entire game at length, including optional content that I found, like unlockable optional worlds and things. Had really great writing, an interesting plot, great visuals, and really good gameplay. All right? Overall, Mario plus Rabbids, I thought was one of the best games of that year. But there's a problem with Mario plus Rabbids. Okay? It is a turn-based, slow-paced, strategy-type game. It is not an action game. It's not a platformer. It's not something that when you watch on a stream appeals to a mainstream audience. Okay? I'm just being honest here. In fact, I can directly reference my previous playthrough of the original Mario plus Rabbids to tell you exactly what happened. I started playing the game and everyone was curious what it was. Within 2 streams, I lost 50% of my viewing audience, telling me the game was boring, they didn't like the way that the game played, they thought it was not fun to watch, and they were not going to be there for the rest of the playthrough. Okay? So what ended up happening was the playthrough went from, oh, this is kind of interesting, to, wow, this is a playthrough now for a very small niche audience. Now, here's the good news. The niche audience that did show up for that game every time was very interactive. They loved talking with me when I played it, and they supported the streams. So, even though my attendance was very low for the Mario plus Rabbids playthrough, those that were there supported it in droves and allowed me to continue to play the game. The game was played in its entirety, and it was a lengthy game. I remember it being quite a lengthy game, but it did poorly on YouTube. It got almost no views. It was like dead, you know, and there's not much I can do about that. I can't make a certain genre of game more appealing to my audience All I can do is try my best to make it entertaining, which I feel I did. Like I said, through our conversations, through our discussions of what was going on in the game, and trying to like team up. Like I was taking input from my viewing audience on what to do in certain combat situations or whatever.
Well, if the videos were entertaining, they would have done well on demand as well. You uploaded the videos to your fucking channel and nobody fucking watched them. What does that fucking tell you, Phil? The videos weren't fucking worth watching. The content was not worth watching. You think it was fucking good content? Nah, it was well supported content. The fucking few dentheads that fucking followed the live streams gave you fucking money for it, and so you thought to yourself, oh, people fucking must love his content because I keep getting money for it. Can we check? So Brad Burnian's asking, can we check the views on those vids and compare to the current vids? That sounds interesting. I'll need your help though. I'll need your help. What's the game called? Mario Rabbids or something? Is it actually called Rabbids? Actually, it's called Rabbids. Okay, so 5 years ago, part 25 got almost 2,000 views. Part 1 got 13,000 views. Part 8, 2.4k, 2.3k for part 10. Part 47 got 1.1k views. Part 9, hold on. Part 92. 92. Are you serious? Part 92. 92, 94. It gets worse. How many parts does it have? Is it? Oh my god. Oh my god. No, I don't want to play all. That is not what I wanted. Oh my god. He ran out of thumbnails. After 100 he ran out of thumbnails. He had to fucking just stop using thumbnails because he fucking ran out of them. There is 123 parts. The final part got 1,800 views. Sweet baby Jesus, man. But I look at that's just so funny. Like, after 100, it's like no more thumbnails for you guys. Jesus Christ, man.
Ladies and gentlemen,
No.
welcome.
Shut up.
To a Nintendo Switch.
Shut the fuck up. Jesus, man. So, I have an idea. Guys. Give me a second. Guys. I can copy a link to that playthrough. Give me a second, okay? I have something I can do. Hold on a second, I'm trying to find a second thing. Is a website you can use. It calculates the length of playlists. There it is there. Okay, 2 seconds. Guys, how long do you think this playlist is going to be? $123 videos, so Jesus, man. It would take you over a whole entire day to watch every single fucking video back to back to back. 123 fucking videos. Average length of videos 13 minutes. What the hell, man? Fuck that.
But let's face it, the game plays like XCOM. How many of you have played XCOM? Probably 90% of you just put your hands down, right? How many of you have watched a playthrough of XCOM? Probably 95% of you just put your hands down. XCOM is a great game. I played it many years ago. I loved it. But it's absolutely a game that takes a ridiculous amount of time investment and grinding. It's incredibly slow paced, and it's for a certain kind of gamer and game player. It's not mainstream. There are YouTubers out there known for just XCOM content, but they're not prominently popular. You know what I'm saying? Like, it definitely has its own bubble that it exists in, but it's not mainstream, you see? So for that being said, I know my viewing audience is not crazy for this kind of gameplay because I've played the first game, all right? So even though I feel Mario plus Rabbids, the new one, will be a great game, I don't know if it's going to translate into a playthrough that you guys are going to watch and support. And that's a concern. I'm here to put out streams you guys want to watch, not playing for myself, right? Now, on the flip side of this, the other game that's in contention is Gotham Knights. And I swear to God, the closer we get to the release of this game, the more negative shit we hear about it, right? Seriously, it never ends. In fact, one of the news stories that I have today, I'm going to talk about right now because it's pertinent to what we're talking about. Gotham Knights has 4 characters that you switch between during the game. They each play a little differently. They travel around the city a little differently. They fight different villains. There's different supervillains in the game. The game is meant to be, of all things, a co-op Arkham game. Okay? Co-op, meaning you're supposed to be able to have a friend drop in and out of this world with you, teaming up for the combat and doing the missions with
I can see what Phil's problem is. He doesn't have any.
you. Okay? Admittedly, from what people have said and seen about the game, they're not blown away. People who actually have early copies of it that are doing like little game previews are like, meh, it's not terrible, but it's not good either. It's kind of middle of the road. So last night, some news dropped that people cannot believe. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I can't believe it. You ready for this? One of the head game devs revealed in a post that Gotham Knights will be frame locked at 30 frames per second on all console versions of the game. Even if you own a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X, you will still be playing a 30 frames per second game. And when people freaked out and said why, they said, oh, we have to understand. It's because the co-op aspects of the game, we couldn't make them work with 60 frames. You have to limit it so that everything syncs and everything works properly. Okay? So, I have a question for everyone that I'd like to propose to you guys before we even get into the whole 30 frames per second debacle here. Okay? I have an honest question for all of you. All right? How many of us, since Arkham Knight ended, the Arkham trilogy ended, said, oh, you know what would be really neat? If they took the Arkham games and they made them co-op. How many people asked for that? What was the appeal of the Arkham games? Think about it. Riveting story, groundbreaking graphics, interesting gameplay mechanics with detective-style puzzles and visuals, right? Immersing yourself in an interactive world that actually felt like Gotham City for the first time ever in games. You felt like this was really Batman going through a city and trying to stop supervillains and solve crimes, right? Where along in there does it scream, hey, I need a buddy to beat up these street thugs with me? It doesn't even make sense. Like, why did they do it? Who asked for it? You know? And I think the problem here with modern game development is that a lot of these game developers now start doing things in their games because they feel like they're being clever or they're being innovative. But I hate to say it, they're just not doing market research. Market research is a key component to success in business. All right? If you don't do market research to ask your customer base, what would you like? Okay? You have absolutely no clue, and you could go completely in the wrong direction. This particular year, in my own content, I reached out to you guys and said, what would you guys like? Listening directly to your feedback, you told me you wanted me to diversify my content somewhat. So I started doing React content. And what happened? It ended up being really good. You guys like the variety. We have good variety events now. It's not just about me sitting around playing games anymore. And you guys like that. Now, if I never asked you,
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much for Super Chat. QuasarX, who says, Phil is actually trying to pig-explain why you wouldn't want to have friends. This is sad. I agree. Phil is just... Oh, well, yeah. Just thanks.
Yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Well, to finish my point there very quickly, QuasarX, yeah, Phil is always going to fucking have a go against games that specifically cater to multiplayer because, you know, as in like co-op multiplayer. Because Phil doesn't have any fucking friends to play with anymore, even his own fucking wife doesn't want to fucking want to play games with him. At least Liana played games with him sometimes for his content. But Kat, she's not interested. Apparently has zero fucking desire whatsoever to join him for co-op. That is what it is. Phil's wife loves him, but not that much. Thank you very much, Australian Dim, for a super chat as well. It says, he just did a little Google search about Gotham Knights and there is high praise for the game. Phil was obviously lying once again. I think saying Phil's lying, maybe a small tiny stretch. There has been quite a bit of flack for the 30 frames lock. That is something that's kind of weird to me. A lot of modern games, especially multiplayer modern games these days, are, 60 frames. And they're multiplayer. So that's an interesting reason that they gave why they had to lock it to 30 frames. That's kind of weird. I'm sure they've done some things right as well, done some things well. But that particular aspect of the fucking game, 30 frames get locked at, and it's a strange reason. To me, it's not the biggest thing in the world, but Phil is a fucking, kind of whore. But this one is like, aye, I'm a quality whore. I have a PlayStation 5. I want to see I want 60 frames per second. I want smooth, flawless, perfect graphics. I don't want any screen chopping and all that shit. He wants the best. He wants to get the most out of his content. Even if he's fucking playing it poorly, even if he's fucking streaming it poorly. This is the thing. Phil can play games at 60 frames a second, but the viewer might not see fucking 60 frames a second because he's got his fucking shit set up terribly. But that's not for, also you guys will know about it. I'll just set Prophet off again anyway. Because Prophet knows more better than anyone how bad Phil's setup is and how his fucking streaming setup is and the fucking bit rate and all that shit. Phil's setup is not great. He screws himself over quite a bit.
What would you like to see on this channel? I would have never known that you wanted that, right? I have a Halloween event coming up, right? And I could have just picked games willy-nilly, but instead, I'm allowing you guys, my customers, the viewers, to choose the games that I play. Why?
My customers. I love how that is the first priority. The viewers are the customers first and foremost. His viewers are customers. What are they buying? Phil to not shout at them, I guess. I don't know.
Because that makes it interactive and fun. Yes, we'll get a variety of stuff, but it's a variety of stuff that the customers want to see. So therefore, I know I'm in line with what you guys want, making the event a success, right? Why on earth would you just make a game without asking people if they even want the fucking game? Like, do you want another game set in the Arkham universe? Yes, we do. We're craving it. We love those Arkham games. We know the official trilogy's over, but hell, we'll play a spin-off. Sounds kind of like a fun idea to me. Okay, would you like a game with multiple characters from the Batman universe? Why not? Instead of just playing as Batman, why not have different characters like Nightwing, Red Hood, Batgirl, Robin? You could swap between them on the fly. That sounds interesting. Why? Let's base the whole game around co-op. Wait, hold on, whoa. Wait, what? What are you talking about? Who asked for that? Did the Arkham games have it? No. Did anyone ask for it back then? No. Not once. When I was playing the Arkham trilogy, did I think, man, I really wish at one point Robin would just swoop in and do a co-op fight with me. Never. Not once did I think of that. I thought it was okay with being Batman, And to me, when you say the whole premise of us making this game is that's sad. You literally based your game around a premise no one asked for. And you didn't ask us if we wanted it. So you failed as a game developer. You fucked up. Because if you didn't have that element, maybe the game could have been something better that we were looking for, right? What are we really looking for? A spiritual successor to the Arkham series. That's literally what we want. But they're not giving us that. Instead, we changed this, we changed that, we did this, we did that. Why? Did anyone want that? Or are you just doing whatever you want based on some bigwig at your studio who apparently is steering the ship right off the fucking deep end, right? Like, I don't get it. Now, the funny part about the story that this game is running at 30 frames per second is that the game is only going to be on current gen consoles. They scrapped the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One versions of the game, stating it could only run properly on this current gen, PS5 and Xbox Series S and X. So, if that's the case, then is there really an excuse for 30 frames? Do you want to know my honest opinion? There's zero excuse. What happens is this game dev is just not that good. I'm sorry. Keep in mind, this is the same game developer that made Batman Arkham Origins, okay? Batman Arkham Origins absolutely paled in comparison to the mainline Arkham games. It felt like this was a studio that was not very good, just taking the assets from Arkham and trying to almost make a fan-made game. It literally felt like a fan service game. It was full of bugs. It was not polished. It was just not that good compared to the original Arkham trilogy. So when you told me that the game that looks like it's going to be the spiritual successor to the Arkham series is being made by the game studio that made that one, I'm like, oh, I don't know. And now on top of that, you're compounding it with all the fact that they went the wrong direction with what the game's supposed to be. Now the game apparently doesn't even perform that well, so they're frame locking it at 30 frames. No. Do you want to know the truth? Here's why it's frame locked at 30 frames. Because they're not that good at what they do, and they couldn't get the game to run at a smooth 60. Likely what the problem was, in some parts it ran at 60, and other parts it was chugging along. So rather than release a product that looks like shit half the time, they just locked it at 30, so the frame rate would be steady, and now no one will complain that the frame rate goes up and down and up and down. It's pretty common sense. You can figure out what happened. But at the very same time, it's very, very sad. We're all going to be supposedly playing and buying this game for a full $70. That's supposed to be current gen, and it's going to look and play like a last gen game. That's pathetic. The other thing that's weird, this game is four characters, and it was their 4-player co-op. Well, not at launch. They did announce that they will actually have a 4-player mode, but it's going to be about a month or more out. They're going to release it as a free DLC where you can do 4-player co-op in the game later, okay? To which I say, what kind of game is this? Is this fucking Battletoads? Right? Is this Final Fight? Are we playing X-Men 4-player arcade co-op brawler? Like, I thought it was supposed to be like an Arkham spin-off game. It certainly doesn't seem like it, right? It seems like they literally focused on throw a million enemies at you and have co-op combat. You know, will this game even translate into being a single-player experience? Or is it going to actually not feel good playing it by yourself? Because I hate to tell you, hello, game developers, guess what? Most people will play your game by themselves. Most people are used to playing Arkham games as solo games. Very few people are going to take advantage of the co-op. No one cares about it. You really fucked up here. So it's kind of sad that I get the feeling that they literally went into completely the wrong direction here. So here's the thing, right? I have to choose between Mario plus Rabbids or Gotham Knights. Well, here's the thing about Gotham Knights. The game might be so bad or have enough issues that it's not polished. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much, Australian Doom. For Super Chat says, Phil criticising someone with a job is hilarious. It's not just the fact that they've got jobs, it's just that Phil's fucking pretending he's a fucking expert in the matter. Phil's an expert on consuming these games, but he's got zero fucking clue as to how they're fucking developed, the work that goes into developing these games, coding these fucking games, trying to make these games fucking work on modern consoles and a variety of different consoles, cross-platform and everything else. Phil has zero fucking intelligence on this fucking matter. He's used to consuming. He's a consumer of games. He knows what he wants to fucking play, but he's got zero idea on how it's fucking made. He doesn't know how, the process of how it's all done. Neither do I. That's why I don't fucking shit on things like this too much, because I have zero fucking clue. I don't fucking pretend I do know how it's fucking done. I don't. I know that I do know it's a lot of work that goes into it behind the scenes. Doesn't matter if it's a fucking giant, massive company or if it's a one-man fucking show. It's a lot of work that goes into these fucking games usually. And Phil's just pretending that it's some sort of fucking easy thing where you can just fucking type in one thing and the game's made. So much goes into these fucking games. And Phil is just shitting all over the fucking hard work of these people, these experienced people. I'm not saying the game's going to be a great game, but he's just shitting all over something that he has zero clue. He's fucking got zero clue what he's talking about. He pretends to be an authority on a subject where he has literally zero sense to what he's saying. He's like, 60 frames is easy. Just do that. Just 60 frames, just like that. Easy. Just do that. Just type 60 instead of 30 in the code. There you go. Sorted. Fuck off, Phil. You don't have a clue what you're talking about. Oh, for fuck's sake. Aye. But I'm pretty sure he said nobody already, so I'm going to take that off now. Pretty serious, he just said it recently. Where he's talking about this game and nobody apparently wants this game. Nobody wants to co-op apparently. So I'm pretty certain he said it, which is why I'm taking it now.
That it might actually end up being the better playthrough for you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, number one, I think everyone is curious to see what this game ends up being with all these fucking horror stories around it. You know, hearing all these terrible things about it, I think it might be the game that's fun to play and kind of hate on. At the same time, maybe it will surprise us and be good. I don't know. But also, it seems like more people are asking for it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm still on the fence about this. I don't know if I should get Mario plus Rabbids or Gotham Knights, but I'll be honest, I can't get both. It doesn't even make sense to get both. There's no way I could play both in a week while also juggling Plague Tale Requiem and then being ready for the Resident Evil 8 DLC and Modern Warfare 2. It's not going to happen. So I need to choose. I need to choose the game that's going to be the better bet.
Brad Burney and Super Chat, but I didn't play the animation. I don't know why. I have no idea why I didn't play the animation for you, pal. Let me find an older thing you sent so I can play that instead. I don't want to deny you your wee animation. There's one, I'll play this one.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Great, thank you very much, Brad Bunny, for Super Chat. It says, Phil's confidence in talking shite is really annoying me. I assume he meant shite. He would know what sort of game they were trying to make if he did some fucking reading. I agree wholeheartedly.
Money, money,
Oh, there it is there. There's the fucking animation now.
Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
That was an extremely delayed animation. I don't know why it took that fucking long. But there you go, Brad. It came eventually, you know. Streaming Elements has just been funny, I think, right now, you know. I don't know why Streaming Elements is so weird. I don't know if it's anything to my mind. I don't know if it's a Streaming Elements issue. I have zero idea. I will try and look into it, but I am very clueless about these things. But yeah, Phil doesn't do any research. He reads things. Phil gets his news on Twitter. He looks at the fucking popular things on Twitter, he sees what people are talking about, and then he fucking takes notes of what, you know, it just fucking, you know, makes sure he has a wee note maybe on his phone to talk about this thing, talk about that thing, talk about that thing. He won't do any fucking actual research into what they're talking about. He'll just fucking look at the fucking people making tweets and base his opinion based solely on that.
So, I want your feedback, and I'm not exaggerating. Looking at my chat right now, people are completely split. Some are like, Mario plus Rabbids would be better, get it. And others are like, don't get Mario plus Rabbids, that's going to be a stupid playthrough, it's going to be boring. You know, so people are completely split on this. I don't know either. I don't know what to do. I honestly don't know what to do. So, I guess we'll talk about it. And here's the other thing, too. Some people are like, skip both. If I skip both, I'll never hear the fucking end of it. You realize this summer, there were a lot of overhyped games that came out of nowhere, were hyped for about a week. I skipped it. And then after that, I got shit. You skipped a new game. You opted to play all old retro games. Phil played Final Fantasy VII and Saints Row 1 and Earthbound, and he skipped the hot new games like Cult of the Lamb. And he didn't play Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Shut the fuck up!
Yeah. So, after having skipped a lot of shit in the summer that I didn't feel was going to be popular on my channel, I got a lot of shit. Okay? I need to do something new. And I know that. Like, I need to keep things fresh and new on this channel. I can't just continuously skip shit and not play new stuff. You guys want new stuff. If anything, you guys have overwhelmingly gave me feedback. You want new games. Alright? So I'm going to give you new games, but then we have to decide what's the lesser of two evils. Because I feel like if I play Mario plus Rabbids, I'm going to be playing it for a much smaller audience. It's going to be, I'm not even exaggerating, probably 200 people here on the stream, if that. It's going to be the same as the audience that was here for Earthbound, the same as the audience that was here for Final Fantasy VII. That's not a mainstream audience. And then I'm going to rely on people showing up to those streams and supporting them in droves, because if they don't, then it's a playthrough. I bought a game, no one's showing up, it's dead, and I can't even make a living on it. You know what I'm saying? If I get Gotham Knights, it very well might be a shitty-ass game, but we might actually get more attention on it. More people will probably show up and support it just to laugh at it, you know? But it's not going to amount to a great playthrough if the game sucks ass. You see? Excuse me, that was really disgusting. So, I don't know what to do. I'm really torn. I need your feedback. I absolutely, positively need everyone's feedback on this. Give it to me this coming week. And what I'm hoping is by the time that we take the time off on Thursday, when I'm leaving on Wednesday night to all of you, I can say, thank you for your feedback this week. We made the determination. Here's what we're doing on Friday. Fair enough? Thank you. Okay, thank you for that. All right. Moving on.
I am calling that a hint. He's basically just forcing his fans, hey, you guys fucking make sure you pick a game and you're going to fucking support that fucking game. If they pick a fucking game for him to play, he doesn't get a tips for it, it's going to be their fucking fault because they're the ones that picked it. That is a big fucking hint to me. He is dropping the massive hints to his fucking audience right there that if they're going to fucking pick the game, they are the ones that are fucking responsible for it doing well, not him. And you can use them as a fucking scapegoat if it's fucking low supported.
On from the schedule, we have a couple housekeeping items to cover. We have a new story I absolutely need to talk about today because I cannot fucking believe this story. I thought it was a joke at first, and then I actually watched the videos associated with it. I said, oh, this is not a joke. This is not misinformation. This is fucking terrible. And I think it's finally time to expose a horrible part of our game industry that we need to expose because I've had enough. I'm legitimately upset this morning reading this story about Bayonetta 3. So we're going to talk about that on the podcast today at length. And then we're going to move on to shout-outs and all of that. Okay? So, first, let's do the housekeeping stuff. Housekeeping thing, number one, thank you in advance to anyone who contributes to my stream today. This is the only stream I'm doing. I'm not doing 2 streams. So today, I would hope that if you're enjoying the content, you'll support it. And I'm hoping that we can hit some of the tips goals today because it's only 1 stream. Remember, in a normal day, I typically do 2 different streams. Today, we're only having the 1. So it'll be absolutely great if we can hit some of the tips goals today. The usual rewards are in effect. $50 gunner glasses, $100 a hat, $150 a vest or a football jersey. And then if we start hitting further goals, like $200, we can do a hat swap where you pick a second hat. $250, a second vest or a second jersey that we swap to. Okay? Yes, we're still doing the bubble blow goal. If we get 100 likes, I'll blow bubbles for you. If we get 200 likes, I'll do it again. Basically, every 100 likes that we hit today, I'll blow more bubbles. Okay? Yes, if you tip me $8 or more today, I will read the Magic 8 Ball. So, Magic 8 Ball. Today, will I be genuinely creeped out and scared by what we watch on Rob Gavigan's channel? Oh boy. Okay, so I'm not even gonna read that motherfucker. All right, so yeah, so cool. Let's move on from that. Anyway, the other housekeeping thing. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have a members goal for the month of 600 members. We have now begun with non-stop new release content for the rest of the month. We're currently playing Scorn. We've got Plague Tale coming up, a new release that I'm going to start playing this next Friday, which I just talked about. We have to determine what's going to be. The week after that, 2 more new releases. We got today's marathon event. We have another marathon event at the end of the month. So there's tons of fresh, new, interesting content on the channel. If you're not a channel member right now, you're really missing out. You really are. Because right now is the time to be a channel member.
Yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much, Quasar for Super Chat. It says Phil should keep mentioning his washer, though I wouldn't be surprised if he already forgot with Gin Brain. It is very possible he's not mentioned it for a while. He has said he can't afford it anyway. Maybe that's why he's not mentioned it, because he actually can't afford to do anything about it right now. But at the same time, Phil knows by now that if he gets given money specifically to try and repair these things, the fans don't forget that quickly. The fans will ask him, hey, did you manage to fix it so-and-so yet? Did this thing get fixed yet? Did that thing get fixed yet? And he'll usually shit over him because they're not meant to ask what he does with his fucking money. Even though they might give him money specifically to fix these things, they're not allowed to fucking ask if he's actually fucking what he's used that money for. Even though they're specifically giving it to him to try and help him. So yeah, on one hand, I'm kind of surprised Phil's not mentioned anything about it. On the other hand, I can see why Phil doesn't use it as much anymore as he used to. As a wee kind of fucking tool to beg.
Access to all the emotes on the channel, to not have to abide by slow mode rules, to have a cool chat crown next to your name, to to have all this fun stuff. Okay, if you're not a member, please consider becoming a member. Or on the flip side of that, if you were looking for a cool way to support the channel.
Richard Williams is very confused. Long story short, Richard Williams, a few days ago, DSP told everyone that his dishwasher was not working properly. So he cannot afford to get it repaired apparently, which means any dishes he has right now he has to wash by hand. Oh, the humanity, I know. But there you go. Phil openly said at the time he can't afford to get his dishwasher repaired. He has a bathroom as well that apparently needs about $5,000 worth of repairs to it. This is his second bathroom, it's not his main bathroom. He has 2 bathrooms in at home, and one of them, the shower needs sorted, the toilet itself, the handle for the toilet, the pipes in the wall apparently, all these things need sorted apparently. And it all costs thousands of dollars and everything else, so yeah. It's just Phil being Phil, using any fucking excuse he can get to try and fleece money from his fans.
Channel, you're going to notice, starting now, you're going to likely see an increase to the amount of viewers that I have on my streams moving forward. Maybe tomorrow and Monday not so much, but every day that there's a new release, you're going to see numbers are going to be up. Okay? And with the numbers up, it'll be a great opportunity to give some memberships to the channel. At one point, the most members we've ever had was 640. So we have...
That counts. It says gift some memberships. That is that. It counts. Damn it, I keep opening Steam by mistake. I'm a dafty. There we fucking go. That's another bingo on the card. Fantastic stuff. Did he say help? Did he actually say help? Steve Red is asking, do you think your missus would be happy with one of your bathrooms being fucked over for a year? No, we've never been in a position where we have 2 bathrooms though. That would be a luxury if we had 2 bathrooms. So I'd have to imagine that. But yeah, it'd be one of those things where, in all honesty, if we have one properly working bathroom, then it wouldn't be a massive priority to fix the other one. It'd be one of those things where it's like, if we have the funds for it available, I will save money to try and get it sorted. But let's be honest here, there's other things that you got to spend money on. And as long as you got one fucking working bathroom, that's the fucking main thing. That's my take on it. But Phil though is like, oh, our bathroom, it needs all the shit done.
Right now, no exaggeration, probably about 160 or so people who are waiting in the wings for some gifted memberships. So if ever you wanted to help the channel in that regard, okay,
He said help. If you want to help the channel in that regard, that's another bingo. It's a diagonal line from top left to bottom right. The bingos are flying in thick and fast. Australian Doom's asking, do I ever get curious what the inside of Phil's house looks like? I bet there's shit everywhere. I mean, we've seen it before. We've seen older videos before. And yeah, it's a shithole. His office, for example, wires fucking everywhere, complete fire hazard. There's dust everywhere, it barely gets fucking cleaned. There's no fucking wonder Phil's feeling ill all the fucking time because he's sitting in there for hours at a fucking time, just breathing in that fucking dust and all that shit. It's a terrible fucking environment that he has put himself in, but there you go. Yeah, I bet just these days we don't know what a house looks like these days. Phil's very secure and private with that. Also, he's afraid of showing cat off on video. I don't think Phil's got to. No, I was going to make a fat joke there about, you know, Phil not having a wide enough lens to get fat and screen. That's mean. That's mean. I'm a fat guy myself. I shouldn't be making those jokes. But nah, Kat has made it perfectly fucking clear. She does not want to have anything to do with Phil's content whatsoever. So any fucking videos that Phil has in the fucking house, you'd have to fucking make sure Kat's not there. And usually when Kat's not there, Phil's just busy streaming anyway. So I don't think he has a chance to fucking do that, if you get what I'm saying. I would be kind of curious to see what the house is like these days compared to what, 2 years ago, the last time I actually saw anything when Phil made videos on the matter. But who knows?
Be absolutely great to give some memberships. I'm sure people would be very appreciative of that. All right. Now, what are we doing as a result if we hit the members goal for the month? Ladies and gentlemen, DSP's Black Friday ad apocalypse, where I'm going to be going back in time, bro. I'm going to be reacting, dudes, to old retro ads from the 1980s and 90s. Yeah, totally tubular. So, yes, it's going to be a fun marathon event that I'm going to actually do on Black Friday, okay, which is the day after Thanksgiving. So I believe that would be Friday, November 25th, if I'm correct on the date there. So what are we going to be doing? Watching old advertisements. It could be toys. It could be television shows, cartoons. It could be food. It could be anything, for God's sakes. Ads in the 80s and 90s were pretty funny and very different than the advertisements you see on TV today. So it'd be really interesting to react to them. Now, in addition, I know for a fact that internationally outside of the US, ad criteria are very different than what we do here. Some ads outside of the US are literally meant to shock you, okay? So I'd be interested in watching some of those as well. What's going to happen is if we hit the members goal of 600 members during October, which we still have half the month to do, you guys are going to be able to submit your submissions for ads that are on YouTube for me to react to. So I'm going to have a running like playlist of the things you guys suggested, and we're going to watch it all together on Black Friday as a fun marathon event, okay? So again, please consider, if you're not, becoming a member, and also maybe gifting some memberships to your fellow viewer. People would really appreciate it, okay? Cool. So thanks in advance, anyone, for any contributions. We do have some. Just so you guys know, I shout contributions out at the end of the podcast. So at the end, I'll give you shout outs, play some animations, update the leaderboards. For now, I got to talk about this news story. I have.
Ah, son of a bitch, you said update. The symmetry is over. The bingo board was in perfect fucking symmetry there, but it fucking said update, so now it's over. That is another bingo though, the bottom line. We'll get symmetry back when it says on demand. Here's hoping.
Have to. I can't believe it. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, something happened this morning that absolutely positively nobody was expecting. It's literally out of left field. You know, I don't think a single person knew that this was going to happen. Okay? In 2 weeks' time, less than 2 weeks' time, it's actually I think the 28th, October 28th, Bayonetta 3 is releasing on the Nintendo Switch. Now, you guys know I've already told you about my thoughts about Bayonetta 3. In a nutshell, I think this game is way too late. Bayonetta 1 was over a decade ago. At the time, it was popular because it kind of felt like the spiritual successor to Devil May Cry, but it had a flashiness to it. Let's admit, the art style, the design, the plot was a little bit different from Devil May Cry at that time, okay? Platinum Games, this was a breakout game for them. It was cross-platform, by the way, at the time. It was PS3, Xbox 360, and I don't think it ever had a... Well, did it have a Wii version eventually? I think maybe it did, but originally it was cross-platform on modern consoles at the time, okay? So, I played it, and there were parts of it I absolutely hated, but there were parts of it I really liked. I thought it was... what I really liked was the combat and the music. Didn't necessarily like the plot that much. I thought the plot was kind of out there and weird, but I definitely liked the combat because it felt like fluid Devil May Cry combat, and I definitely liked the design of the game and the graphics in general at the time, running at smooth 60 frames on a console, having giant, almost anime-ish arms and claws that you're coming and doing combos and things. It was pretty neat. Okay? Then, out of nowhere, the sequel is only coming out on the Wii U. It's apparently partially produced by Nintendo, which means it's console locked, okay? So right off the bat, what a horrible decision. The Wii U was a flopped console. Most games that were exclusive to Wii U, like Zombie U and shit like that, flopped so bad that in order to recoup their costs later on, the companies that developed them decided to port them to other consoles, which wasn't their original plan. They just felt like they had put so much time and money developing these games, they absolutely needed to try to recoup it somehow, so they ended up being ported to future consoles and shit, which wasn't the intention, alright? Bayonetta 2 was no exception, alright? Since Wii U didn't sell well, there was no way that they were going to be able to make a ton of money on this game. Although, shockingly enough, it did well, when most games on Wii U were not doing well. Take a look at Wonderful 101 and shit like that, right? This game did pretty good. It sold fairly well. I would argue most people who had a Wii U probably bought Bayonetta 2. I did. However, I played Bayonetta 2. Sadly, I hate to say, most of the appeal of the game pretty much vanished for me. It felt like the same game as the first one. Actually, in a lot of ways, it wasn't as good. I hated the plot. I thought that the dialogue was terrible. I don't think the game shined on the Wii U. It would have been better on a modern console as opposed to the Wii U. It was underpowered. And in reality, I just felt like it was outdated. I felt like the game was too little too late. The decision to make it exclusive to a Nintendo console was a terrible one. And I felt like the franchise was dead. Fast forward to today, 2022. I mean, how long has it been? How many years? Insanely long time between games. Bayonetta 3 is coming out, and it's fucking Switch exclusive? Like, what the fuck? Like, what is going on? It just blows my mind that the original game was obviously cross-platform, and it was very successful. So now let's have it continuously be exclusively on Nintendo. Even if Nintendo is the producer, alright? I get it. But you understand you're literally shooting yourself in the fucking foot by making this a Nintendo exclusive. Twice. You didn't learn from your last outing. You're going to do it again. Why can't Nintendo just say, okay, we're gonna produce it, but we're gonna allow it to be ported cross-platform? It doesn't make any sense. They're fucking idiots. Just sell it on other consoles, okay? But anyway, this is not the news story. This is just me telling you about my qualms with Bayonetta 3. I'm not even sold Bayonetta 3 is gonna sell that well because it's been too long. You know what I'm saying? Like, basically, the franchise has had so many interruptions and so many issues with development, and it took so long for these games to come out. I'm not hyped for it. I could give two shits about it. And especially with the timing, it's coming out the same day as the Resident Evil 8 DLC and Modern Warfare 2, right? Like, you want to talk about other games that take way more priority than Bayonetta 3? Like, I'm on the boat. I do not care about this game. So already, full disclosure, before we speak about the news story from today, I already was of the impression that this was a skip, and eventually I might play it later on. I was not going to play it at release, but I was going to maybe play it at a later date, especially if I heard reviews that it was good, and people were saying, man, you really missed out on a good game because you didn't play it at launch or whatever. I was fully planning on possibly doing it, like playing it in the long term, all right? So, this morning, one of the most unlikely things I've ever expected to happen happened. Okay, you ready for this? Helena Taylor, who is a distinguished voice actor. She's British, okay? She is the voice of Bayonetta. She was the voice actor who voice acted Bayonetta in the first two games. She basically is a distinguished actress. Like, she went to school for 7 years. She's accredited for being an actress. She put her life and soul into this character. She became, I think for a while, she was traveling and representing this character at conventions and everything, advertising the game and all of this, okay? This morning, out of nowhere.
Before Phil even fucking continues, I just got to fucking say this. He's fucking pretending to care about fucking actors and actresses. He didn't even fucking bother to learn the name of fucking Hagrid the other day. Robbie Coltrane died. He didn't even fucking bother his arse to actually learn the guy's fucking actual name. He just kept saying Hagrid dies, Hagrid dies. He didn't even fucking bother to learn the guy's actual fucking name. Robbie Coltrane, but nah, it's just Hagrid. Phil doesn't care about fucking voice actors, not shit. He doesn't give a shit about this kind of fucking thing. It's all just a fucking story for him to fucking rant and rave and fucking moan about and try and make it about him in some fucking capacity.
Now what does the sugar do in the song?
Yeah, exactly. Train just fucking subbed up there. He's trying to get some free clout here. Phil thinks there's some guaranteed free clout coming his way. Right, I just have to fucking get out there. Phil doesn't give a shit about these fucking people. Let's just make it perfectly fucking clear.
Alright? She puts out a video, completely unexpected, no one knew what was going on. It's a 3-video series. Alright? In this video, she explains why she is no longer the voice of Bayonetta in Bayonetta 3, and that we're being lied to by Platinum Games. You ready for this? I'm gonna summarize and paraphrase. I'm not gonna tell you exactly word for word what she said. But here's basically what she says in a nutshell. Okay? I wanted to be the voice actress for Bayonetta 3 in the third game. They made me reapply to be it because so many years have passed between games. It's very possible in these cases, they do this for movies too, that possibly your voice changed in that amount of time. I mean, yeah, it's been over a decade since the first Bayonetta game. The other one was like 7 years ago or whatever. It's very possible in 7 years your voice could change. You don't even sound like the same person anymore, right? So she had to reapply for the role. She nailed it. As usual. I mean, she's the fucking original character. Why wouldn't she nail it? So they offered her the role for what she felt was completely unreasonable, an unreasonable amount of money. So she wrote the actual head of Platinum Games, and I forgot his name. She says it in the video. She actually wrote him and explained with the help of a friend who speaks Japanese and understands Japanese business, explained in the message to the head of Platinum Games that she loves the character. She feels she is synonymous with the character because she's been that character for 2 games and has represented this character worldwide in press and everything, and she absolutely wants to do the character again. But she needs to be offered a reasonable amount of money, like a living wage. And she didn't feel that what originally she was offered was considered fair for the amount of work that was going to be put into the character for the game. So she appealed to the head of Platinum Studios, head Platinum Games. And she says not only does she know that it was read, it was directly responded to by him. He directly responded to her message, telling her, thank you so very much for being the voice of Bayonetta. They absolutely want to keep her on. They respect everything she's done for the franchise. And then offered her an ultimatum. You will do this character for $4,000 for the entire fucking game, or we don't want your services. $4,000 for the entire game. Bayonetta, as a franchise, has made millions upon millions of dollars of profit. Okay? Millions. This is a franchise that sells well even though it's exclusively on Nintendo consoles. Alright? This is insane. $4,000 for the entire game. Do you know how much work goes into the voice acting for an entire game, especially when you're the protagonist? Can you imagine how many takes, how many lines need to be read, how many different ways you're probably saying it until they pick the right one? This is not, you went to the studio for one day and you read 2 hours of lines, and then next thing you know, you get a $4,000 paycheck, right? Snow Carl, you're now timed out, and if you ever say something disrespectful like that again in my chat, I'm just going to permanently ban you. Like, he's literally insulting voice actors in my chat. He's being a fucking piece of shit. Just to give you guys some perspective on this, okay? This is so disrespectful to only offer someone $4,000 for an entire game. You can't even scale it. Like, if you try to scale it industry-wise, all right? It doesn't even make sense. Most voice actors do get paid more than this for a game, okay? And the prominent ones...
So Phil's trying to argue that artists should be paid for the hard work they do for a business or a corporation, or, you know, for the content that they're making that stuff for. They should be paid for it fairly. This is Phil's argument. Phil's making the argument, so people that are producing something for some content, they should be paid fairly. Okay, we can all agree on that. Apart from Phil, who refuses to fucking pay anyone for the content that people make him for his fucking streams. Phil is fucking bitching and whining about this person not getting paid their fair dues, where he's fucking refusing to pay anyone whatsoever for the hard work they do, for all the art on the stream, the music made in the stream, the thumbnails made for his fucking videos, so on and so on. There's so much fucking work that goes into Phil's content behind the scenes. Even the fucking layouts are fucking made for him. This fucking stream layouts, everything you see on his fucking screen. The animations for fucking shoutouts and everything else, they're all made for him by our people, and he didn't fucking spend a fucking penny rewarding those people for their hard work so Phil can fucking make bank on them. Their blood, sweat and tears goes into this fucking shit for Phil Burnell, and he doesn't even give him a fucking shout out. Never mind fucking due compensation or fucking money for it.
Ones. You know, the Troy Bakers, the Nolan Norths, the who's the female voice actress that gets every role? I forgot her name. But anyway, they get paid more than that for sure. Okay, like it's a joke that they would be offered $4,000 for a game. All right. Now, to make matters even worse, all right, after they offered her the $4,000, she was made to sign a non-disclosure agreement stating that she could not talk about this publicly. Okay, she declined the $4,000, and then she basically kept her mouth shut for a long time as the game continued development, and they hired a different voice actress to do the role. All right. So I think the voice actress they said they got was Jennifer Hale. I think Jennifer Hale is the one who did voices for, like, if I don't quote, tell me if I'm wrong, didn't she do the female voice for Mass Effect and a few other games and stuff like that? Now, no one knows exactly, you know, how much money Jennifer Hale's been offered for the role, okay? But this voice actress, again, Helena Taylor, says the reason she's speaking out is not only because it's so disrespectful that she was offered so little for the role, but that the studio's lying about the situation. Because people have been asking Platinum Games, why didn't you get Helena Taylor back as the voice actress for this character? You know, everyone knows her as the character, right? And apparently, Platinum Games answered, you know, it was scheduling conflicts. You know, we couldn't make it happen. We couldn't make it work. We wanted to have her back, and we just couldn't make it happen. So, Ms. Taylor, in this video series that she put out on social media overnight, basically says this is all a lie. She says, in fact, I want to tell you the truth. Right now, I am financially down on my luck. I can't even afford a car. I have, like, no money right now. So what are they talking about? I'm out of work. I have no money. I have nothing better to do with my life right now than voice act this character because I'm literally down on my luck. I can't do anything. So I have no idea what they're talking about. This is a blatant lie. And then on top of that, she goes, the reason I'm really saying this is because it's so disrespectful that they offer me so little and then would lie about it, that they need to basically be taken to task for this, and you should boycott the game. You should not support a game developer who's doing this kind of action. And on top of that, basically, I guess what she's saying is she feels like this is the first step to like making these game developers realize that they have to offer living wages for people who work on their games. You know, how disrespectful is it to have someone who's supposed to be the main character of your game get offered not even like $4,000 a month? There's people who sit at a desk and type like this, type in data entry, who get paid that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's ludicrous that they offered her that for the entire game. You know what I'm saying? That's just ridiculous. And the other thing is, she reveals in the video that she is violating her non-disclosure agreement by making it. She's like, I am absolutely, you know, what are they going to do? Sue me? I'm broke. I have no money. I have no car. I have nothing. What are they going to do? Sue me for my clothes? I have nothing to do right now in life. So they can try to sue me and they're going to get nothing. I have nothing. Right? So, holy shit. Right? So, here's the thing. All right? Here's what you have to understand. This is one side of the story. All right? And we always have to approach it this way. Because I do feel like there's a lot of people who sadly just believe blindly. And what I would love to hear is Platinum Game's side of the story, because this is a very shocking story that it would come out like that. There's so many takes you can have on this. All right. The first take that I have is it just blatant disrespect to the actress? Do they feel that her talent wasn't worthy enough of more than $4,000? But if that's the case, why offer her the job? Right? If you thought that someone else was going to do a better job than her, then why would you offer her the job for a low wage? Why would you just immediately say, no, we'll get someone else? Right? So that doesn't seem to make sense to me. It seems like they wanted her, but they really just thought that they could take advantage. Maybe they knew that she was down on her luck and was probably desperate for money because she was out of work, and they decided to try to rip her off because they felt, oh, she's desperate, she'll take whatever as a paycheck. And then she shocked them by saying, no, fuck you, I'm not taking this money because this is insanely disrespectful. The other thing is, in the video, like you can kind of get that she is very sad, because here's the thing that you guys don't realize. These voice actors, for them, the voice acting is definitely a major part of it, but that's not all. When you're a voice actor of a character in a game, now you represent that game for years to come. And I'll give you an example. Troy Baker, he plays a major character in a game, but then he goes to a series of cons, and he signs autographs, he meet and greets, and yes, to some extent, he represents and promotes those games for which he's a character for. Like, I remember when I first moved out here, I went to Emerald City Comic Con. Okay, this was in downtown Seattle. And when I went, Troy Baker was there, and everyone was like, who's that? And I said, oh, that's the voice of the Joker. Does anyone remember Troy Baker as the voice of the Joker now? No, but at the time, the latest game was Batman Arkham Origins. He was the voice of the Joker in Arkham Origins, and that's what everyone knew him from. So that is, you know, that's basically what he was known for. So that's what I mean. These people, they do the voice acting, but then as a result of the voice acting, they can go out there for another couple of years, and they can go to cons, and they're in demand now, right? Why do you think Helena Taylor is out of work? Because there hasn't fucking been a Bayonetta game for like 7 years. It just sat around, decrepit, decaying, covered in dust. And now all of a sudden they decide to brush off the dust. Well, what do you think she's been doing for 7 years? The cons dry up after like a year. Who the hell is going to a con to see the voice actor for Bayonetta when it's been 6 years since there's been a Bayonetta game? Right? No one. So there's no demand anymore. No one wants her at the cons anymore until there's a new game where she's pertinent again. It's pretty much a vicious cycle. You know, the other thing is you got to understand she's British. That means that the amount of voice acting roles for her is dramatically diminished because she has a British accent. And I hate to say that. Take a look at most video games. How many games have a voice cast that are British or British accents? Are there not many, many, many more games where people have a more generic or Americanized accent as opposed to a British accent? It's true. You don't have as many voice acting opportunities if you're British. It's just true. It's sad because I think that maybe there should be a lot more. And I think actually in screen roles, there's a lot more screen roles than voice acting roles if you're British. But it just kind of, you know, just kind of is. It's just fact. Right now, there's not a ton of games being made with a full British voice acting cast. So already, she's already has a diminished amount of roles or opportunities unless she learns how to speak without a British accent, right? So anyway, the thing that you get, the whole attitude that you get from the video is that she's broken. She's someone who was known over 10 years ago as Bayonetta. At that time, she was probably in demand in the industry. She was probably going to conventions. She was, you know, known in the industry. That's Bayonetta, right? She even says, I worked on this character. I developed this character. I am Bayonetta. You can't get another voice actress and then just toss her in when I created the mannerisms of the character. I created a lot of that stuff on the fly for the first 2 games. That's me. That's my creative work. And to give that creative work over to someone else is disrespectful and immoral. I can understand what she's saying. Can you imagine if you were watching the original Star Wars trilogy, right? And in the first 2 movies, Han Solo was played by Harrison Ford, and in the 3rd movie, he's played by Sylvester Stallone. Now, Sylvester Stallone tries his damnedest to be Han Solo. He's got the mannerisms, you know what I mean? But you know that's supposed to be Harrison Ford. You know Harrison Ford poured his heart and soul into that character in the first 2 movies to make him who he was and become a worldwide, you know, recognizable character. That's exactly what she's basically saying, is I am Bayonetta. I put my heart, my soul, my work into that character to make it a worldwide character that people know and love. Everyone knows who Bayonetta is. And now you're telling me I'm not Bayonetta anymore. You're giving it to someone else. You wouldn't even offer me, like, pay. That would pay my bills, you know? So anyway, you see the point I'm making here. The thing is, again, we don't know if this is the full story. Is it true or is it completely false? Is it halfway to the truth? You'd have to think there's a nugget of truth in there. Why would she be risking everything? She broke her non-disclosure agreement to make these videos this morning. So why would she do that unless she really felt wrong, right? And she felt like she was doing the right thing. I don't know. You know, this is kind of a situation where it feels like she kind of is like almost like a crusader for good, but at the same time, maybe we're not hearing the full story. I don't know. I'm curious. And I think we're going to hear more about it. But now the question is, the game comes out in a week and a half. What's going to happen? She is calling fully, publicly, for a boycott of the game. She's saying she feels that this game is exploitative because of how they're handling, you know, the talent, and that people should boycott it. She says, instead, take the money you were going to buy the game with and go donate to charity of your choice, because that's much better than spending money on this game because this game developer is messed up. So, I don't know. I don't know what to think. But man, is it mind-numbing. If the story is true, okay, that is one of the most fucked up stories I've heard in game development. And I've heard about stories of people being abused and shit, but this is like, you actually expect someone who is synonymous with the character, is that character, right, to be paid $4,000 to reprise their role in a game that's likely going to make you a ridiculous amount of money. So I don't know. For me, it's a non-issue because I wasn't getting it anyway. For me, I'm the easiest person to boycott the game because I told you guys I wasn't getting it at launch. I'm way more interested in Resident Evil 8, DLC, and Modern Warfare 2. This was not a game that I was going to be playing on release anyway. So to me, I watch it, I'm like, nah, it's not a big deal. But there might be people now who are completely thrown for a loop. They were gung-ho going to buy this game, and all of a sudden they're like, what the hell? I didn't know about any of this going on. Do I even want to involve myself in this shit? You know? I don't know. I don't know. So, obviously what I would say is, watch the videos yourself. There's 3 of them. She made 3 videos explaining the situation. You know, obviously take what Ms. Taylor says with a grain of salt, because you don't know if it's true or not. It could be a fabrication. Maybe it's saltiness. Maybe they originally offered her the job for $4,000. She wanted to play hardball because she wanted more money, and then they gave it to Jennifer Hale, and now she's pissed, right? Maybe that's really what happened. That's not what she's saying happened, but you know, all you can do is guess who's in the right, who's in the wrong. The thing is, she's the person who is putting herself on the line by violating the non-disclosure agreement. She's actually risking legal action against her for this. So I don't know how to take it. It's kind of like, there's definitely different perspectives. Already, people in my chat are saying different perspectives right now. Some are on her side and some are completely against her. Feeling like, so someone made a really good point. They said, the Lost Input says, isn't it disrespectful to boycott the whole game because of this situation? What about all the people who worked hard on the game and you're telling them the boycotts and now it flops and now they get hurt too? Well, in truth, that's not how it's supposed to work. In truth, they got paid for their work all along the way. So they shouldn't, you know, they shouldn't be affected if the game flops or not. They should have already been paid for their work. So in reality, that's not what should happen. Is that the case? I don't know. We've heard these stories of the game industry about like CD Projekt Red stating, oh, work your ass off, crunch, go crazy, finish the game. If the game does well, we'll all get a bonus at the end that makes it worth it. Then the game flops at launch and no one makes the bonus. So, I don't know. This is interesting. It's certainly a story I don't think anyone saw coming. I never expected anything like this to happen at all. Someone flagrantly violating their non-disclosure agreement to try to basically do what they claim is the morally right thing, right? I'd love your take. If you're watching this video on demand, leave a video comment. Let me know what you think.
Hey, said on demand, that's a double bingo, top corner. We are 3 away from a full house. I'd like to remind Phil that, you know, does he know that Spider-Man's British? I know he's an actual actor as well, but he also does voice acting roles. The guy, so he's British, but he can pull off an American accent, just like how Americans can sometimes pull off English accents. You know, the English can pull off American accents. It works both fucking ways. You know what I'm saying? It's a quality of being a good fucking voice actor. A good voice actor can fucking work their voice very fucking well. I mean, you had fucking Jesus Christ, man. So yeah, Phil's just being a fucking moron.
And obviously, I'm seeing various different opinions in the stream chat right now that are very different. They're all over the place. So, interesting. Okay.
Can I pull a comprehensible accent? Bjorn, this is me doing my best, pal. If you're struggling with this, then I've got some bad news for you, pal. It might be a very tough stream for you to try and comprehend the nonsense coming out of my mouth. I do try my best to be quite comprehensible for you guys, I really do. I understand my accent's very thick and heavy and sometimes I speak very fast. It's just my natural way of speaking, but I do try my best for you guys, I really do.
Okay. That's the news. Let's do some quick shout outs. We started off with Shalene, who did a super chat earlier. Thank you, Shalene, for that super chat. It was over an hour ago. It was actually before the stream had even started. Snow Carl did a super chat, apologizing profusely for his horrible comments about voice actors. They were very, very offensive, and I took offense. I'm not even a voice actor, and I took offense at the comments. So I don't know if he was just going for shock factor or if he's genuinely an asshole. But you're apologizing to the wrong person. You have to apologize to voice actors who you insulted with your horrible comments. Okay. Okay. Let's get to shout outs for tips. Our first tip of the day was also from Shalene and wanted to ask the 8-ball a question. Okay. So thank you, Shalene, for the first tip of the day. $8. And Shalene wants me to ask the 8-ball, are we going to have an awesome day today? The thing is, when you're watching a creepy macabre channel like Rob Gavigan's, I don't know if you can have an awesome day. I don't think that's the purpose of the day. I actually think the purpose of the day is to actually be scared. And I don't know if being scared is awesome. But anyway, will we have an awesome day? You may rely on it. Thank you, 8-ball. Very nice. And thank you, Shalene, for the first tip of the day. And let's go ahead and play your animation. Thank you so very much for the first contribution for your tips. Okay. Up next, I received a $1 tip from Snow Carl. So, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, right? Creatures of all magnitudes, welcome to a segment of the show that's come to be known as Snow Carl's Insane Ravings. All right. I change the name every time. All right. So, Snow Carl took the $1, and he says, do you feel that it makes sense to start skipping games that are more geared towards kids, like Mario plus Rabbids, and play more adult-oriented games considering your audience is 99% adults? I love more mature and meaningful games. First of all, Mario plus Rabbids is not a children's game in any way. A child would not play that game. They would fall asleep. I mean it too. Like, the gameplay is definitely not catered towards children in any way. XCOM is not a game for kids at all. All right? Just because the game has Mario in it or Rabbids in it does not mean that it's a kid's game. All right? It's a misconception from ignorant people. So congratulations, Snow Carl, on that one. Now, here's the thing. I've already explained the reasons behind why I don't know how it's going to work out as a valid playthrough. Okay, so again, I need everyone's feedback this week, but it has absolutely nothing to do with it being considered a kid's game, and a lot more to do with the fact that I know it's long, it's drawn out, it's got gameplay that takes a long time per battle. This is not an action-oriented game. It's going to mean a lot of interaction and discussion and fun when we play to make it more interesting, just like the last game. But I'm also going to rely, likely on less attendees, to support those streams to keep that moving. I can't be playing a game that no one's supporting. You see what I'm saying? So it's going to be a mix, all right? So again, I'd like your feedback over the course of this week if you could, everybody. Okay? All right. Our next tip is an $8 tip from an anonymous tipper. No message or name attached to it. That's weird. That's really weird, actually. I kind of wonder if they had intended on putting it, because specifically it's $8. So I wonder if they had intended to attach something and then they forgot, right? I don't know. Well, anyway, thank you for the tip, where that was, and here's your animation. Sorry that, oops, there it is, delayed. Sorry that, no message came through. Kind of weird, right? Okay. All right, continuing on. Gamer Guy has tipped me $1 and says the following. Anticipation for Scorn was killed when it was revealed to be a puzzle game. As for Gotham Knights, there's no excuse for a next-gen game to not be 60 frames per second. The game will fail. The combat is slower than Arkham. No counter or parry ability either that many games still use to this day. There's no counter or parry ability. Is this true? Then what the fuck do you do? How do you not get hit? What are you supposed to do? Dodge? Is there a dodge button? Do you eat burritos before the fight and press the fart button and gas cloud envelops you and knocks out the enemies? That's weird. No counterattack. Why? Ugh. Why does this game studio suck so hard? Why do they fuck things up so bad? And why did people have to say that Arkham Origins was good, when in my opinion it definitely wasn't, and then essentially create hype behind this game when I thought Arkham Origins was bad? I saw people legit posting on social media, I'm not kidding you, Arkham Origins was my favorite of the original Arkham games. When I see shit like that, I feel like there's no hope for humanity. I'm serious. Like, when I feel so defeated when I see someone post something so dumb. It's like, this is a gamer? Like, what the fuck? How could you possibly say Arkham Origins was better than the original, the other Arkham trilogy? Like, and then it's, money,
Thank you very much, Methbear, for tipping £5. He says that rant was about Phil and how he, as an artist, is entitled to all the money for his shit content. Powerbomb this creature through a fucking table. I agree wholeheartedly, Methbear. This motherfucker needs 3D through a flaming table. I'll one up you and do a 3D through the fucking table instead. But aye, it's... Bill always finds a way to fucking bring it back around and make it all about himself. He really does. It's just typical Phil Burnell. We knew he'd fucking find a way.
Oh, this is great. The maker of Arkham Origins making Arkham Knights. When I heard that, I said, oh no. Like, literally, my first reaction was, oh no. Anyway, let's continue. Let's continue. So this is a $1 tip, but I'm not sure who this is from. I think it's anonymous. So corporate greed is disgusting. Many people can't get a living wage because they're severely underpaid. Look at the pollution destroying the ozone and killing the planet, all for more money. All the money in the world will not help when the world is no longer inhabitable. I'm not sure how we went from a voice actress being underpaid to the world becoming an uninhabitable apocalyptic wasteland. But hey, I've seen worse logic jumps, so thank you for the tip. I don't know who that was. Again, you didn't put a name on there, but I appreciate that. I feel like I got a hair on my right eye. You notice I'm touching my eye. I feel like there's an eyelash or a hair there because it's bothering me. But obviously I don't know what it is. And I keep rubbing, trying to get rid of it, and it bothers me again. This is annoying. Okay. Another tip is coming. Wow, thank you guys. An $8 tip. It's another anonymous $8 tip. Why are all these tips anonymous, but they're $8, but there's nothing in them? This is so weird. It's bothering me again, by the way. All right, hold on a second here. Just hold on 1 second. All right? Let me play you an animation. I'm going to go next door to the bathroom and see what this is. Maybe I got a spider on my face or something. Give me a second. I'll be right back.
I guess I'm just going to fast forwards until he comes back. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Hi. I don't know. I washed my face. I took like a damp towel and I wiped my eye. I still kind of feel it. I don't know what it is. Like a tingle, like right here. I'm feeling like a little tingle under my eye, like something's touching it, but it's not. I don't know. Maybe I'm having a fucking a nerve is going crazy. I don't know what's happening. Well, guys, if we're doing the Rob Gavigan React today, and you happen to notice my eyeball pops out of my eye entirely, please let me know. Tell me, notify me, because that would be kind of important to know. Maybe I need to go to the doctor or the hospital and have them pop it back in. I don't know what's going on. It just feels weird. Like right here. Like I said, like right here, I feel like there's a piece of hair touching. And maybe an eyelash. Maybe you know what it is, because sometimes you sleep weird. I might have slept flat on my eye, on my pillow. And maybe one of my eyelashes got like bent in the wrong direction, and now it's touching my face. That could be. That happens. Right?
Shut up, bitch!
Maybe I have like snakes living inside my face, and they're moving around, and during the stream I'll just pull a giant snake right out of my eye. I'm just gushing blood. That could happen. Who knows, right? I don't know. I have no idea. All right. Anyway, well, guys, thank you for a great podcast. What I'll do very quickly, if anyone has any questions, if you feel like you have a burning question that you excuse me, that was really disgusting. If you feel like you have a burning question you'd like to ask me before we begin with the react, please toss it my way. Looks like another tip came in. Thank you guys. You guys have been very supportive already today. I really appreciate that. Jaleem has tipped me $10. I agree with this Bayonetta situation. They should be treated with respect. They made the character their own. When it comes to British talent, I disagree with you. Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland are awesome Spider-Mans. Both have naturally speak with a British accent. The word for British talent can change their accent when one is required. Harrison Ford hates Han Solo. He came back to the new trilogy for the money. Indiana Jones, on the other hand, I think he likes. Lol, lengthy. No, but the point I was making was voice acting, not actual screen acting. Screen acting, I feel a little different. I do. I feel like screen acting, you know, you can have a natural talent for it, and you can have a look about you as well. Like, let's be honest, Tom Holland and Andrew Garfield kind of look like Peter Parker, like the idea we have in our mind of who Peter Parker is, right? As opposed to with voice acting, you don't have to look like the character. You're just the voice. So, you could literally have a guy who's playing a tiny little elf, and he's, you know, he's a giant, 7-foot tall giant voicing him. You wouldn't even know. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know, I don't know. Again, I don't know how to feel about it. Because it's like, you could completely, you know, believe everything being said. You can half believe what's being said. We haven't heard the other side of it yet, right? No DSP tries it today. No. We will be doing a feasting with the king during my Halloween day event on Halloween. We're not doing that today. What's my favorite costume that I wore for Halloween? I don't know if I have a favorite. I thought it was neat trying to act as Colonel Sanders playing Dark Pictures Anthology, Little Hope. I thought that was kind of funny. Trying to be Colonel Sanders manning up to play a horror game. That was funny, for sure.
Hold on, that was Colonel Sanders? I thought he was a fucking plantation owner. I thought that's why I fucking liked it so much.
Alright. Guys, thank you for a fun episode of the Level 1 podcast. A couple quick reminders as we adjourn. This is my only stream for today. There's not 2 streams. It is all reacting and then a fun sim match in WWE 2K22 to end the show. The show typically runs until between 7 and 8 p.m. respectively. We have a lot of videos of things we can react to on the Rob Gavigan channel. So I do feel like this will take a while to get through some of the stuff. I actually don't think we'll even get through all the stuff today. But reminder, there's only 1 stream. I would appreciate support because I'm not doing a second stream. The goals are in effect as usual. I didn't change the goal levels for the marathon. So it's still $50, $100, $150 respectively for each goal reward for tips. But if we go above that, every $50 above, we can do another second tier reward. Like, oh, we could do a second hat swap, or we can do a second vest, or a jersey swap, or something like that. I also want to let you guys know, it's supposed to be hot today, all right? If this office gets too warm and I need to step out and take a break, I'm going to do that. I am not going to become overheated and get heat exhaustion like I did 2 weeks ago to the point where I had brain swelling for 3 days and I was feeling sick. All right, I'm not going to do that again. So please be understanding of that. If I need to step away for a few minutes just to cool down, I will. There will only be 1 major break. That's for my dinner. That's going to be around 4:30 p.m. Pacific time. And that's what I'm going to eat with my wife and then come back and continue on with the React Marathon. Okay? All right, guys, thank you for watching. Let's end the show. Let's get set up and let us begin. I'm excited to get scared with all of you today. I hope you guys are excited as well. All right?
Brace yourselves for a stupid fucking jump scare.
Thank you so much. And, happy Halloween. Okay. All right. Very good. Mango said he did a super chat. Oh, I missed it. Oh, Mango did do a super chat, and he says, who's your favorite Baxter? I don't have any favorite Baxters. I think Baxters are the bane of existence. They should be wiped from this plane, thrown into an alternate dimension. I received a $1.25 tip. Chocolate pickle nipples. Says you missed my tip. I shouted out every tip. I don't know what you're talking about. I literally shouted out every tip. If you did a tip earlier but you didn't put any message, that's probably what it was. I had 2 tips with no messages at all. So maybe you were one of them. I don't know. I received another tip. A $5 tip from Darth Gulbach. He says, I've heard that multiple voice actors in anime were screwed over with Money 2 recently. There was a case where Star Wars voice actors weren't allowed to do a main Star Wars con. The only one bidding actors, not voice actors. I feel bad. It seems that they're continually mistreated when they do just as much, if not more, work than on-screen actors. It certainly seems like a pattern that's growing and growing and growing, and it seems pretty messed up. You know, I really wish that if this is an ongoing issue that it would come to light. But do you want to know the truth? I feel like, sadly, there's an elite class of voice actors that's protected. We're talking the Troy Bakers, the Nolan Norths, you know what I mean? The Laura Baileys, the Jennifer Hales, the ones that seem to get all the voice work, all the prominent voice work that is. And because of that, they're like the elitist group. And so they're not going to speak out because they get all the work, right? Seems like everyone else kind of gets mistreated. What's up, Jay? Good to see you here today. Weren't the voice actors unionizing? I thought they were. I thought they were going to. I thought there was discussion about that. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, thank you guys for the tips. Thank you for the support. One final animation, then let's get set up. So the show's over. Let's change this around. Oh shit, I clicked the wrong thing. Is that fitting there? I think that fits. Right? Now we'll do it on the other side. Here we go. Cool. Shout out to Abdullah, who re-upped his membership. His Capcom collection is getting disappointing. It's sad. Oh, it's bad. Last night sucked. We played for an hour and it was decent, but the connections were mostly shit. And the second hour was just like a joke. So, like I said, I think we're going to do one more final session of the Capcom Classics collection this coming Friday. We're going to do what's considered a season finale. So that'll be it. And we'll retire it for now. We'll focus on new releases for the next several months. And then we'll determine if we want to go back to it, say in like December, or maybe by then we'll have more information about Street Fighter 6. We'll figure it out. Okay? Okay. Got another tip. Good lord. An $8 tip. Again, an $8 tip from Anonymous. No information. I don't know what's going on with these $8 tips with no information in them. It's the second one in a row. I don't know what's going on. It's an $8 tip. Let's play the animation. It's weird because some people are putting full messages and everything through, so I hope this person isn't having some kind of technical difficulty where they're trying to leave a message that they can't. That would really suck. Thank you for the tip, whoever that is, and we're up to the gun glasses now. It's weird you're saying maybe there's a glitch with the message, but how could that be when other people are tipping and leaving giant messages, no problem? Everyone's using the same link, so I'm not sure. Okay. Yeah, you're right. I didn't get a chance to look at the tips page and try to edit the information yet to say, hey, you know, if you're going to tip me, be sure to include your name and message or whatever. I forgot to do that. All right, we're about to get started. I'm just going to run use the restroom quick, all right? My wife is taking a shower in the upstairs bathroom, so I got to run downstairs quick to use the bathroom. Give me like 2 minutes. I'll be right back, and then we'll start. Okay, we're going to start momentarily. I'll be right back.
Look, guys, Bingo is still going. I do keep going full screen so you guys can see what's happening full screen. We're waiting for Phil to do prayer hands. He didn't do prayer hands yet for some reason. He hasn't said tired. He's come close to it, but he hasn't actually said tired. And we've also come close to scat talk, but we didn't actually have that either. We've had 38 snorts. 38 of them. Let me fast forward just to get Phil back here. Here we go. He's fucking back here.
Guys, you guys ready to start? So what do we need to do? Go to glasses first of all, because we hit that goal already. What I might do... Hold on a second. Try something.
Oh, he's going to try something, guys. Are you excited?
Don't need the light, right? It's bright enough that I don't need the light today.
Don't know
if you guys
about
want me to turn the lights back on, I will. But I only need the lights today. The sun is so bright coming through the blinds. Right?
I'm not sure if that's better or worse. See, that's before. And that's him now. Is that? I think it's a bit worse, to be honest. See, it looks more ghostly pale without the light on.
Mango says it's cool, my shirt, but my Mortal Kombat shirt. You like it? I've always had this shirt for years now, right? 2 years, I think. Okay, gonna glasses. All right. So, let's get this show on the road. Now, here's what we're going to do, all right? I'm going to start recording. I'm going to go through the message I got from Rob. He's going to go through a listing of videos that he feels would be pretty exciting for today, okay? And you guys can let me know, do you want to do any of these first? Or we'll see, all right? You guys ready? Here we go. Let's get started. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
He is officially recording for YouTube for his fucking react. That is going to be the end of Bingo, I'm afraid, guys. So we've got 22 out of 25. Almost a full house. A decent, strong card, but sadly, it wasn't to be. So he's getting ready to fucking do his stupid fucking react event. We're only 2 minutes behind live Phil.
His claim to fame was that series.
He's actually still doing his free fucking intro. That was me hitting live there. So we're actually too far behind at all, live DSP. Quasar X, you got no reason to say sorry, it's okay. It's okay, it happens. Sometimes you win them, sometimes you lose them. But guys, we all had a decent time anyway, laughing at Phil's fucking nonsense, rambling and all that shit. But yeah guys, thank you very much for joining us on the DSP Bingo. Sadly it wasn't to be. It was a close call, but we can try again tomorrow. We can try again tomorrow. I'm going to end things how I always fucking end things. Saying it's all Quasar's fault. It wasn't just Quasar mind. Quasar and Conroy both said the same number at the exact same time, essentially. So if you're going to blame someone, blame the two of them. I am, of course, joking. But guys, thank you very much for joining me for some DSP Bingo. I do hope you enjoy the rest of your Saturday. I'll see you for some DSP Bingo tomorrow on Sunday, if you wish to join me for that. But until then, enjoy the rest of your Saturday, however you wish to spend it. And yeah, I'm going to end things how I always end things with some Pixar Animations Notorious PIG contributions, and that's one of my favourite wee videos. It's a brilliant wee video. I love it to bits. But yeah guys, thank you very much, and I'll catch you all later. Have a good one guys, peace out.
On September 14th, a pre-authorized payment of $16.51 from PayPal.
All right, Luna Mills has tipped me $1.30. It says, "I'm back. What's your favorite type of shower?" When you're showered in money. When you go outside, and all of a sudden, greenbacks start falling from the sky, and you raise your face up. You're like, oh, you start dancing. You go, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. All right, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but thank you for the first tip of the day. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah.
money. Free.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. And it's gone, just gone like that. In an instant, fucking gone.